What's up, everybody? Hey!
How's it going?
I'm Shannon, and we are here live at Bat City Comic Professionals. We are Austin's East Side Comic Shop. We are having some fun, winding down our weekend tonight, talking about all of our favorite books of the week and some of the other cool, awesome things that happened. And I've got a special guest tonight in Wednesday Phil. What's up, Phil?
How's it going? I'm happy to be here. I finally made it.
I know.
I can finally retire as a volunteer at Bat City. My time has come to an end.
That was the only thing you were waiting for? This was the last thing you had to accomplish?
Yes. I've been putting in all these hours of putting comics away just to be here.
And sometimes reading them too, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I mostly just look at them. I love the art, but too much words sometimes. Oof. I can't do it.
That's totally not true if you were a part of the conversation I just had with Phil about all of the books that he liked this week. But we're going to tell you all about them as we go through the list. I've got the comments up because we are going to be giving away some prizes tonight. We obviously want you to be a part of the conversation. So if there were any books that you loved this week, any hot news, things like that you want to share with us, drop it in the comments. We hope you guys have been having an awesome week so far. Jerry, I don't know if you mean me or Phil with the awesome shirts.
He said shirts.
Oh, yes, plural, so we both have.
Yeah, both of us are rocking awesome shirts. What's yours?
Mine's Rainbow
course.
Bright,
yeah.
So, gotta have my Rainbow Bright going on at all times. So, yes. So, I'm excited. Thank you so much for that awesome compliment, Jerry. And been a cool day. We had Paramount Pictures out here at the shop today.
Yeah, how did that happen?
They emailed me and said, can we come to the shop and give out Snake Eyes merchandise? And I was like, hell yeah, you can. Can I have some Snake Eyes? Didn't know they were actually bringing some free tickets, too. So
that is fantastic, yes.
You guys are going to get a chance to win free tickets. That is our big prize of the night. We'll include free tickets to see Snake Eyes, which comes out on July 23rd, which is this upcoming Friday. The tickets are good all the way until September, so if you don't have a chance to go out this Friday, you have a chance to go see it, but of course we want to get you out there. So our big prize of the night is going to include 2 free tickets to see the new Snake Eyes movie.
Dang. Good thing I have it also pulled up so I can answer as well.
Phil's not going to win the tickets. Don't worry. You guys can totally do that. We're also going to be giving away some fun, cool Snake Eyes stuff throughout the thing today. It's going to be awesome. Play along with our trivia. It's going to be awesome or blockbuster themed as we are giving out some awesome Snake Eyes stuff. I'm really excited for this movie.
Yes. Oh, I saw the trailer and I'm 100% in. It's going to be my favorite movie of the year. I've already decided it.
Oh, man. I love that you have that kind of confidence going into any movie.
Well, I loved the first 2 G.I. Joe movies.
Really?
Because Channing Tatum was in the second one, I think.
Both of them, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It was a long
either.
time ago. I just remember enjoying those movies because I'm not like the biggest Snake or G.I. Joe fan.
Yeah.
So my expectations are already low.
There you go.
And then they always end up being really good.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Isn't that the dodgeball philosophy? Like, if you set the bar low, you'll never be disappointed.
Yes.
I feel like you definitely have a very Vince Vaughn approach to life.
That's the highest compliment anyone has ever paid to me.
Which further proves my point. Joshua said, "Oh my God, is that Wednesday Phil?" with some heart reacts.
Yes. I'm here, J2. I've made it. Look how famous we're becoming.
And Phil and I, and Matt, you'll hear Matt on the sound effects and the peanut gallery and all that kind of stuff tonight, but Phil and I are drinking a glass, well, I'll probably drink a bottle, but Phil is for sure drinking a glass of Bogle Vineyards wine. This was actually voted the American Winery of the Year. Not the wine of the year.
Oh.
Just the winery itself won a prize.
Bogle or Bogle?
So Bogle or Bogle, whichever one it is. This is their Essential Red. I'm going to try to come closer to this without spilling it. This is Essential Red, so it's a red blend. Oh, cool, thank you. It's really pretty. I like the cover. It kind of looks like a horror movie, so I'm totally in. It's,
do I have a can to spit into? Because when you drink wine, you're supposed to spit.
No,
right?
you have to just take it down with you.
Little sips.
Okay.
Taste the grapes.
It's buttery?
It is kind of buttery. That's how I describe wine all the time. It's a little sweet. Buttery. Which I know you said you like when things are sweet. This one's kind of sweet. Yeah. It's kind of, but it is very buttery. So anyway, this is a red blend. It's a mixture of a bunch of different kinds of the red grapes that they have at this vineyard, which was the 2019 winery of the year. So
I haven't had wine in probably 3 or 4 years, so this is the best tasting wine I've had in a while.
Nice. You know? Congratulations once again, Bogle Vineyards or Bogle, whichever one you
want. You've got my vote, so.
Yes. Matt, BJ asked if we've given Matt too many books to clean or press again. No, Matt is playing audio visual guy.
Matt is stepping into the director role that he's always wanted so dearly.
Oh, you should have been wearing your hat. Actually, Phil, can you flip yours around?
Oh, yes, I can.
Also, big news. New hats.
PGA Tour approved. You can go out and play golf in this thing. It's super comfortable. I love it. Yeah, fantastic. I apologize for wearing it backwards.
No, you're fine. I actually was just like, wait a second, I don't have to go get it. Phil's already wearing them. Yeah, those are on sale in the store, and they're how much, Matt? $20, $20, new hats. Woo!
Yes, well worth it.
Yes. J2's like new hats. Right, you gotta add to your collection of Bad City hats, J2.
He's more of a snapback, though, I feel like. Or not the snapback, the flat bill.
The flat bill.
You know, he's more of a flat bill guy.
He also said you should use the word robust when describing wine and you'll sound fancy.
Okay.
So, there you go.
I wouldn't say that this is robust.
It's not. It's not robust.
Yeah.
It is flavorful, but not like a robust flavor.
I'm just tasting butter.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm tasting
sweet butter.
Yes,
sweet butter. All right, so let's jump in. Do you want to push the thing? What?
Oh my god, that's louder than I thought it was. Oh my gosh.
Well, usually the sound effect doesn't work, so it's just us going.
Okay.
But when it does work, it's loud. And we're going to toss some prizes your way. So tonight, everybody that wins a prize, not everybody watching, but everybody wins a prize, gets a Snake Eyes poster.
Yes.
And we're going to throw in the towel. We're not giving up. It's okay. But we are going to give you one of these Snake Eyes towels and a Snake Eyes poster if you can tell us, according to Christopher Nolan, which 3 comic book stories inspired The Dark Knight? If you can tell me which 3 comic stories, I'll give you a hint. They're all Batman books. Inspired The Dark Knight, according to Christopher Nolan. You get both that cool Snake Eyes poster. Phil's checking out the cast.
Yes,
and
I was like, flip that around.
Snake Eyes towel, which these are super cool. I actually love. They're like golf towels, so you can get your golf hat from Bat City and then get your.
Come get your golf hat and towel, and you're halfway to playing golf.
And you're halfway. You don't even have to know how. We'll all go miniature golfing with our golf towels and our Bat City golf hats. But you win both of these things if you can tell me, according to Christopher Nolan, which 3 comic stories most inspired The Dark Knight. They're all Batman books. So guess 3 Batman books and you'll probably be right. Not those, Chad. Though those were
great guesses,
but there are 3 other ones that, according to Christopher Nolan, are. Yeah, I thought that was good without looking it up. I will say, Jerry, you got one of them, so we have one down. If you guys can piece it together. Yes, Gomez. I was waiting. I actually wrote this question and was like, Gomez is going to get this. He said it was actually the 1940s comic debut of the Joker, a.k.a. Batman #1, 1988 graphic novel, The Killing Joke, and the 1996 series, The Long Halloween. Gomez, you were getting this Snake Eyes towel and movie poster. Woo! And you can toss those over there towards Matt. Yes, and I always think it's interesting because he says, you always see these interviews where he talks about like the Long Halloween being a big influence of his story, and I it's only because of the like Falcone, Maroni, all that saga is very much embedded into
so he took
Batman's
one small thing
and
from the Long Halloween and then turned it into a whole other thing.
Yes. But
Okay.
we'll see how the actual Long Halloween movie with Robert Pattinson comes in.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know
can't wait.
you are. Yes. All right. I'm excited to see Robert Pattinson go. Vampires do turn into bats, so
That is true.
made sense. It was only a matter of time. Oh, and Gomez says it's actually the 13th anniversary since Dark Knight came out. So happy birthday, Dark Knight.
Yes.
I did not know that, and I just looked up that movie today. So thanks for filling that in. And Joshua said Twilight. Yes. So I could definitely tell you when the anniversary of Twilight coming out is.
Actually, I don't think I could, as much as I love the Twilight movies.
It came out on November 21st. I do know that. Of 2009? 2009? November 21st,
No,
2009?
no way.
2008.
The first one?
movie, yeah, not the book.
I feel like I saw the fourth one in college, though. And
Yeah.
that was like 2010 or 11.
The first one was either 2008 or 2009. I can't. I think it was 2008. But yeah, it was November 21st. I do know the date. And Kaylee is watching Twilight right now. Good job, Kaylee. I'm going to toss this book to you. We're going to start out our picks of the week. This is The Secret Land coming out from Dark Horse. And this book is... we just actually had issue 1 not that long ago, and this is all about a couple in the 1940s during World War II, and they are, one of them went off to the war to fight in Japan, and the other one, the female, became a spy, working with she's working against the Nazis, but she's embedded in the Nazi camp, and they both think the other one died. They were both informed that the other one died, but they also still have that connection. So you get that, like, tragic love story, like, 1940s classic movie feel, where it's like, oh, but I know he's still out there and I can feel him. But they also, like, this is a sci-fi movie, or sci-fi book at the same time. And there's always, we see it with the Hydra stories and things like that there's always been these stories of, did the Nazi Germany have, like, these paranormal machines and crazy things on their side. And so that's the sci-fi element of this, is like she's a spy helping to discover this or create this crazy machine that just brings all this darkness out. And now, like, it's the whole, like, we have this connection. It's such a strange yet good book. And I keep coming back to it going like, oh, I don't know if I need to read this issue. Like, and this is issue 2, and I was like, I don't know if I need to read issue 2. And then I started, and I was like, it's so weird, and yet so, like, just so much story. Like, there's a lot of story in there. So,
it looks cool.
Yeah. If you're into sci-fi or, like, those historical romance stories or historical sci-fi, there's going to be something in here for you 100%.
Now, with only 2 issues left, do you feel they're going to give you everything you need in 4 issues?
I think so.
Okay.
In the same way that I was surprised that Dead Dog's Bite kind of gave us, like, everything.
Yeah,
I feel like
it did wrap up well. Okay.
I feel like this one's, like, already, like, it could wrap. I actually thought it was a 2-part series until I got to the end and it wasn't over. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So there's still 2 more books to tell me more stories. So happy to hear that.
Thank you.
This is also from Dark Horse. This is Savage Hearts #1.
Cool cover.
Yeah, this book is very strange. Dark Horse is getting strange on me. I mean, not getting strange. Dark Horse has always been strange. This is literally just George of the Jungle in the first, like, 5 pages. Like, there's a wild person, like a jungle boy type thing. He has horns. He's just, you can see he's like a jungle creature / man. And he sees a girl who he thinks is super hot walking on an adventure, and he decides he wants to get her, and he literally pulls the George of the Jungle, where he sends his animal friend to attack and then has to fight the animal back, and then literally does the dog, like, stick throw. And I was like, that's just George of the Jungle. Like, I've already seen this. Like, this is 100% that scene in George of the Jungle where he's trying to win over Leslie Mann. Which, like, also, who's not going to try to win over Leslie Mann? Let's just be real here. Like, Judd Apatow is a lucky man by being the person who...
I was trying to remember who Leslie Mann was.
Yeah, she likes Spider-Man, too.
Does she?
That's a line from Knocked Up.
I like Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
But this book, it's very strange. There is this barbarian type woman honestly, it's almost like a Barbaric and George of the Jungle come together. But she is the strong, like, tough one, and you think he's gonna be, because he's the jungle man, and he keeps saying, like, I'll protect you, and then every time something happens, like, he gets, like, tied up in vines, or he gets attacked by the monsters, and she's like, what are you bringing to this group? And he's like, I'm bringing my love for you, and she's like, ugh, like, annoyed by him. But the whole quest is trying to find this evil sorcerer, and he's like, there's no way there's an evil sorcerer in my jungle, I'd know. But, like, obviously, there's this apocalypse-y and looking...
Yeah, the art looks fantastic.
Yeah, I actually ordered it with you in mind.
Okay. That makes sense when I look at this art. And I'm bummed this was one of the few that I didn't end up reading.
Yeah, I should have told you to start there because I honestly think you would really dig it. Because it is also, like, that absurd, like, the absurd playing off of each other that the characters have. Like, the people that are in her party, they're a married couple, and they're super, like... okay, like, what if we just take a vote about this before we do it? And she's like, no, we're not taking a vote. Like, there's massive creatures coming to attack us. And they're like, okay, well, all in favor. And she's like, I'm, like, on a trip basically with some, like, Karen-type people. And she's like, we're trying to save the day. And they're like, okay, but, like, let's check off some boxes first before we do that. So, super ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll have to check this one out. Dark Horse has been doing pretty well,
yeah.
I feel.
This book is heating up.
Oh.
We probably should not even be touching it, but I'm gonna touch it. And really, I'm here to tell you that it's heating up more than anything. If you're looking for the spec book of the week, Never Never from Heavy Metal is that book. This is Peter Pan as cannibals.
And super dark.
Super dark. It's not Wendy. We're on to a new girl that has come, and basically Peter Pan takes the names of the people he, like, kills and uses that to find, like, their family, like, lineage in the real world, and then brings them back to eat them and destroy them. And it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I liked the concept, but there was a lot of times in this book where I was like, oh, that's too much for me. Mm-hmm. This may be a little too violent.
It is very, very violent.
Yes.
If you don't like gore and you don't like violence in your stories, like, don't get this. It's important to remember this is a heavy metal story about cannibals. So, like, heavy metal is always pushing the line anyway, and then it made Peter Pan into a cannibal. So, it's very...
yeah, let me see if I can find a picture.
Very crazy. I am curious about Tiger Lily's story.
Yes.
She was my favorite part.
She was the one that towards the end of the issue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious about how they're going to put a twist on this universe and how far they're going to push it. You know, are we going to see Captain Hook at some point?
Yeah. They did mention the leader with no hand or whatever. Like he said, your claw-handed leader or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
So I do think we'll see some kind of Hook at some point, but... I'm curious what Captain Hook could be. And also, nobody dies in Neverland, which is in the Never.
They're all immortal.
They're all immortal. So when Pan kills them, like, they don't actually die. So he's, like, keeping the skulls of everybody that he killed, but, like, their soul is still in it, and they still know that they're, like, alive. It's dark. It's bleak.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them changing the Peter Pan story to be like this. You know, such a wonderful childhood story. And he's so gross looking.
He's very scary.
Also, I'm not the world's biggest fan of the Old English style dialogue, because a lot of the times, like when the two guys who were chasing them were talking... I
had no idea what they were talking about
sometimes. What are they saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm aware that they're lost boys and they're hungry, but I don't know. I like heavy metal, though.
Yeah.
I'm in full support. I'll keep reading it, but I'll have to sleep with the lights on.
And your window locked, because that's how we know we all keep Peter Pan out, is you have to lock the window.
Okay, but if a boy flies into your bedroom... Are you really going to go with him?
I don't know. Kaylee's watching Twilight right now, so apparently lots of people would actually be okay with the boy that comes into their window.
If he looks like Robert Pattinson.
Right, I guess that's the secret. I was always more into Jasper than Edward, but that's just me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sinister War is out this week. This is actually the Reggie variant. I love Reggie's art. This is, and I said I was going to bring the trade and I didn't. This is a direct sequel, pretty much, to The Amazing Mary Jane. So a lot of people were upset because Amazing Mary Jane got its one volume, and then it said that it was going to continue, but then COVID happened, and Amazing Mary Jane didn't. So this kind of gives a little bit of closure, but also like sets up, I guess, a lot more story to come from that. If you didn't read The Amazing Mary Jane finally got her big picture deal, and she's making the movie, and she goes to talk to the director, and it turns out the director is actually Mysterio. And she's like, okay, look, I'll help you make this movie and tell your side of the story, but you have to understand some things. First of all, the girlfriend is the one keeping the Spider-Man superhero guy together, and she's doing all this, so she needs to have her own agency because this is ridiculous. And they kind of like do some corrections of the wrongs done to Mary Jane over time in that series. So this is actually, it takes place almost entirely at the premiere. I guess it does take place entirely at the premiere of Mysterio and Mary Jane's big movie. So Peter's there, and we know that, we see a little teaser that Peter is actually planning on proposing to Mary Jane. But whoa, sound. So he's planning on proposing. We don't know what's going to happen because a bunch of villains show up and things get crazy.
They all show up.
They all show up. Like, every Spider-Man villain ever shows up. And it gets real fast. But if you're reading Spider-Man, read this. If you've read Amazing Mary Jane, definitely read this, because this is that next issue that we didn't get that we really wanted. And they talk about how even Peter's like, I heard Mary Jane was kind of a badass when that whole thing went down. Because in Amazing Mary Jane, she beats, like, the whole group of bad guys by herself using props on the stage. So
yeah, she mentioned that in one of the panels about how she fought Tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reading Spider-Man, but I read this issue, and I'm curious.
Yeah.
It seems kind of like a battle royale of all the villains.
Yeah, I would keep going with this because I want more of that Amazing Mary Jane story. There's also, like, something else going on with Doctor Strange that's connecting. I don't know if that connects more into the Spider-Man story or if it's just going to be a part of this, but this is a new, like, mini series for Sinister War, so a good place to jump in. You won't be too lost, it seems like.
I just didn't know who this one guy was that he sees at the end here. This guy.
Oh, yeah, I don't either. So that's a Spider-Man. I guess it's a Spider-Man question. If you guys are reading Spider-Man.
Yeah, if anyone knows who this is, I would really like to know. Because I like the character design a lot. And I think he refers to him as Harry.
Yeah, so it's like, is that Harry Osborn as some other villain again? Yeah, Josh Wilson said Nick Spencer's been building the Doctor Strange plot for a while. And that's Kindred. Is that the name of the character?
Kindred. I heard, they mentioned that name somewhere in this book.
Yeah. So, thank you, Josh Wilson. I know you're reading Spider-Man, so.
Yes.
It's Gary Osborn, maybe? Okay. I don't know who Gary Osborn is, but.
How many Osborns are there?
Sounds like it might be relative with a rhyming name.
I didn't even think about that. The long lost brother of Harry.
It is Harry. Okay, he mistyped. I was really hoping that there's a secret twin named Gary. I was like, man, that's the kind of stuff that would make Stan Lee proud.
And then he ends up being another colored goblin of some sort.
Right, like. Spare Parts from Behemoth is out this week. This is a Grindhouse book. For a Grindhouse, is it a show or a movie?
It's a movie. So it came out last year. Same name and same concept from what I gather.
What's this book about, Phil?
So essentially, you start off with this all-girl punk rock band. They're all awesome. They can get into bar fights, and they do a really great job with all the creeps in the world of music, and then somehow they get whisked away to this crazy battle area that takes place in like a junkyard. and they attach different weapons to their limbs and force them to fight each other, which is just ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous, but it is definitely like a grindhouse movie just told through comics.
100%.
So, yeah.
Let me show some of this craziness here. I love the villain in this. Very grindhouse-esque villain. Creepy. Kind of looks like the pasty bald guy in Harry Potter. What's his name?
Voldemort?
Yes. Yes. A Voldemort type is what I would consider him to be. But I like it. It's going to be interesting. I haven't seen the movie.
Right? Are you going to hunt down the movie now?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to go home and rent it immediately.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, do I watch this movie now or do I wait? And are they doing more of the comic, or is this just like a one-off comic to make you go watch the movie? Did it say at the end?
It doesn't, actually. It doesn't say...
Right, it just gives you the teaser for the movie.
It just
so
shows you the movie poster. Let's see. Nope, just a movie poster.
Wow.
I'll show you this cool movie poster, though.
And
it looks great.
There is a movie poster variant, too. So,
Ooh.
not that movie poster, but it's just like a
different
classic, like, grindhouse movie poster.
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely going to watch the movie, and I will keep reading this, if there is more. But I don't know if you really need more beyond that.
You got the premise, now you watch the movie, which I feel like that's what it was. Like, hey, here's like a quick one-off, like, if you want more, go watch our movie. I don't know if that was their point, but if it was, it worked, because you watched the movie.
Oh, yeah. I'll be on Amazon trying to find it on Blu-ray.
This week's Silver Coin was almost that exact same plot.
Really?
Yeah.
I like this cover.
I was so confused. Also, in all the issues so far of Silver Coin, somebody has found the Silver Coin, and then they've had this experience where, like, they got everything they wanted, and then bad stuff happened, and then it moved on. And, like, that, trope of the monkey's paw kind of thing.
Right.
This one didn't really do that. This one was kind of like, you went through the entire story almost before the coin came into play, and then it didn't really affect the story outcome in any way. So I don't really, like, this one was so different, and it takes place in the future, because each one takes place in a different time. This one takes place in 2467, and I don't, this is the only one that I was like, I don't know what just happened at the end. So I was like, what happened with the coin? Usually you kind of see where the coin ends up and how it travels, and this one I was like, I don't know what's going on. But I'm still here for the next issue.
I mean, this one's Jeff Lemire, so I'm obviously on board.
Right, it's had an all-star team of writers so far. Like, we had the Kelly Thompson, Chip Zdarsky, Jeff Lemire. Like, this has just been absolutely great. I can't wait to see more. So good. If you are reading Silver Coin, check it out. Check out this issue. If you're not, it's an anthology. So, much like Ice Cream Man and things like that, you don't actually have to pick up all of them in order to keep going. But you should.
Yes, I would agree. I'm only on issue 2, but I've been enjoying it so far. And I like I am a big fan of the anthology concept. I know a lot of people are doing it now, but it works really well, and you can kind of jump in whenever without having to worry, like, oh, I have to hunt down these other issues to know what's going on. So I do like the concept, and this has been, I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I've been enjoying this one.
And this is like classic horror in the same way that like Monkey's Paw, all that like is actually like, it doesn't actually try to necessarily scare you. It just reminds you that wish fulfillment isn't always what you want.
Yes.
And I really liked issue 2 because that was the most horror one, because that was like the summer camp one.
Yes,
yeah,
that's the best one so far.
Yeah.
Was that the Kelly Thompson?
That's the Kelly Thompson one. So of course, like, not surprising, the Kelly Thompson one was the best one. Next up is Orcs. This is, I think, the only kid title I brought with me this week, but this is from Kaboom, which is the youngest imprint from Boom. This is their actual kids line, and then they have Boom Box, which is their teen line, and then of course Boom itself is the adult one. This story, this is actually already issue 6, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
This is such an adorable story. This is like a group of orcs who are just trying to do their job, and their job is to go out and, like, they get all the crappy missions from the king, and then they come back and the king takes advantage of them, and he's, like, banished them, and the witch of the town is like, no, I'm going to send them on a quest, and they finally completed their quest and come back, and whatever it was that the witch wanted them to go find might actually lead to some, like, dark, spooky, like, bad things happening to the town, or it could be saving it. We don't really know. It kind of looked like the witch had the mask from The Mask at the end, so I was like, ooh, that's where we're going.
Why?
The sound effects make me laugh. But this is, it's absolutely adorable. I don't know that a lot of kids have jumped on it, but as an adult, I love it. You would actually really like it, Phil, because the interactions that all the orcs have together are just kind of really funny, and they all have, they're all, like, kind of like the oafish person, but they all also have, like, this little heartfelt group. It's like if you made, like, a modern version of the Gummy Bears TV show, but, like, they were funnier, like, than them. Because those are all serious people. It's like if you had all the, like, non-serious gummy bears, like, we're stuck in, like, the B-level group of the gummy bears got, like, sent out on their own. This would be their story.
I would love to see that.
I know.
I would be down for that.
Was it Tummy, like, the big gummy bear who was always... I love that guy. He was great. He always talked really slow and was always hungry, and I was like, I love you so much. If you haven't seen Gummy Bears, it streams on Disney Plus. You can watch that show anytime. Ram's in the comments.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ram is actually in the comments, and so is Sebastian. And one day I had Gummy Bears streaming here in the shop, and they both just sat there and watched it for the longest time. And I was like, "This is the best day. We're watching some Gummy Bears. We're chilling. It's great."
It's a great way to spend the day.
Yes. 7 Secrets, issue 10. Tom Taylor. I can only go so far into telling you what this book is about because it is issue 10 issues in, but you definitely need to jump on it. This is one of my favorite Tom Taylor series. I know everybody keeps coming in and talking about how Nightwing is so wonderful, and that Deceased was so great, and everybody's missing this one. It's so good. There are 7 secrets that protect the safety of, like, and functionality of the world in general. And there's a secret society that has to do it. Their job, like, every person, like, one person holds the secret and, like, actually knows what it is, and the other person, like, protects the secret and guards, like, the case that it's in. And it has a very saga-type feel in that there's these 2 parents that shouldn't be able to get together that did, and they have a kid, and that kid is now, like, entrusted with, like, the secret of the world. But it also has that wanted feel of, like, the secret societies and, like, they're after this, you know, this mission. Yes, Sebastian said it is wild what those briefcases can do. Yes, it is. What's the secrets that exist? Like, we've lost whole countries on the planet because of briefcases being open. Like, countries have just disappeared, kind of thing. So, and we don't know what any of the secrets are yet. We have not actually found out what they are. We've only seen the repercussions of other people finding out, which is kind of a really cool way to do it.
I read the first issue, and I don't know what happened. I think I forgot to tell you to keep giving it to me, and then I just never got it.
We have the trade for Volume 1.
Then I'll pick up the trade.
Cool. Because you definitely need to jump on it.
Yes. It looks... I like the art style, and I trust in Tom Taylor. I think he's done enough to prove that he's worth checking out. Also, this cover is just super cool.
Yeah, I really like it. We've had a lot of people who have recently picked up, like, gone back and picked up 7 Secrets and have just started subscribing to it because they're like, wait, this is really good. So people who are picking it up now and going back and reading it are starting to realize that it's a really, really good series. So if you haven't picked it up, don't be afraid to do that, even though it's on issue 10.
Oh, definitely.
Because... yes.
As long as, from an organization standpoint, you don't mind having some trades and some single issues, then it's totally fine.
And there are second and third prints of them, and so you might not have matching covers because you might be able to get second and third prints of some of the titles. Jerry just said every issue of 7 Secrets ends with Gandalf yelling, "Is it secret? Is it safe?" And now I need that to actually be how every issue ends. Tom Taylor, if you can make that happen, that would be amazing. Amanda Mungy is back. Woohoo!
Ooh, Stephanie Phillips.
Yes, this is one of the books that I started falling in love with Stephanie Phillips and everything that she does. It was Artemis and the Assassin from Aftershock, and then this came out. And this is the story of all of the female pirates that don't get enough don't get talked about enough. Those were words, I swear. We do have the first 4 issues are out. This is an Image title. Stephanie Phillips and it's Top Cow from Image. And Stephanie Phillips is actually from Tampa Bay. So, if you're a sports ball fan, you know they're the Buccaneers. And Stephanie Phillips is a huge, huge pirate fan and just felt like all the women got kind of like skipped over in history. And somewhere along the way, we decided that we should tell pirate stories that women weren't allowed on ships. But there were all these female pirates. So this is kind of their story. And it stars like Anne Bonny. And what's great about it is she's kind of the classic like Jack Sparrow person. Like in this issue, they can't find her. And when they do, she's sleeping with like 3 girls. And they were like, we're supposed to be like looking for the stuff that we need to get off this island. And they're like, and you're drinking and sleeping away all of our money. And she's like, well, it's not time to leave the island yet. I was like, but it's so much fun. It's great adventure, and it's a bunch of girls kicking ass. So I don't know what else you need.
Yeah, you don't need anything else.
You really don't.
I like this art. I don't know how I missed this one.
We have the first trade of this, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it's just I'm not always drawn to pirate books.
I'm not either. I did love the Pirates of the Caribbean movies as they were coming out. We won't talk about how many times I saw the first one in the theater, but when this came, I was like, I'm kind of over the pirate thing, and this came out, and I was like, okay, but it's a female pirate. I'm gonna check it out. I just liked Artemis and the Assassin, so I'm gonna see if Stephanie Phillips is just like a thing that is she's a good writer or something. And she was also doing Red Atlantis at the same time, which was also Aftershock.
Okay.
And so I was like, I'm gonna check it out. If that's her, then I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, oh man, this is so good. I'm so glad I randomly picked up this book.
Yeah, I'll check this out. I mean, again, it's another name. Stephanie Phillips is one you can trust. Mm-hmm. She's usually always doing something great.
Yes. And if you're reading the current Harley Quinn series, that's also Stephanie Phillips, so...
And Riley Rossmo on art. One of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a weird art style, but I'm glad it works for Harley Quinn.
Yes. Speaking of women kicking ass, Wonder Woman 775 is out. This is Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad telling one of the best Wonder Woman stories we've had in forever. And it also has a really great backup story in it that's super cool too. But Wonder Woman has passed away at some point. Doesn't matter. You don't need to know that. But what you do need to know is that when she passed away, she went to Valhalla instead of Olympus and the Elysium Fields. And everybody was really confused, and she had no idea why she was there. And she ended up on this mission basically to save the Valkyrie and Valhalla, and now she's also figured out that the Olympians were missing, and all of this stuff happened to the Olympians. And Chad, yes, I know you want this one because your boy is in it, because this does star Wonder Woman teaming up with Deadman. So this is a great story. It's super well written. It's a lot of fun. It gives you just enough of the mythology to feel like a detailed story within that mythological world, but also keeps it just feeling like modern Wonder Woman at the same time. Becky and Michael are killing it, and then the backup story is all about a young Princess Diana, and it's told in that or the art is more a little kiddish because it is a little kid story. So the backup story is super good as well, and it's all about Diana and finding some scrolls that may or may not lead to us finding out a new truth about Themyscira that might paint a darker picture to what some of the stuff of their history has been.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Now, can I start... Because she's only been doing this for, 4 or 5 issues?
771, I think. 770. Somewhere in there.
So she's barely been doing it.
Yeah, we're one story arc in, essentially. I think the Asgard Valhalla story will probably end up being one trade, and then this will pick up from when she took over, where she's on the Olympians. But yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 issues so far, and it's good. And you've seen a lot of random characters, like who's been her villains and stuff like that. And it's just been fun to see the classic mythological versions of certain characters come in. So seeing Wonder Woman go like head to head with the actual oafish Thor from mythology was really funny, because he's like, oh, I'm so great, I'm this great warrior, and she's like, you're kind of just annoying. And you think you can drink, but that's not drinking, son. And like, from one immortal to another, you're really not that impressive.
She's good about doing that.
Yeah.
I also am a fan of Deadman, so anytime you get that team up with Deadman, I'm in. It's
good, and it's been a great strategy. And in this one, we saw how smart she was, because she did have to she had to do the classic Greek mythology, like solve riddles kind of situations to get out of the underworld. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a classic spin on, or a modern spin on that classic story. So
okay.
I'm gonna go to this one because I know you read this.
Ooh, yes, No Ghosts in Hiroshima, a Scout title, which I always enjoy Scout, but they are one of the few small press publishers that sometimes do this thing where they'll put out an issue, maybe two, and then it's straight to trade paperback.
And this is one of those situations.
Yes.
This is a one issue and then straight to trade.
Which is kind of a weird concept, because, I mean, if people find that out, then why wouldn't you just wait for the trade?
Yeah, I don't know why you would pick up the issue one. I guess in case it does become something like a valuable book in the future, like the one issue will be the thing that everybody wants.
Right.
But yeah, I thought this was an interesting book. Do you want to tell them what it was about?
Can I be entirely honest with you? I'm not really sure what is going on in this book. There's something in a briefcase that these two guys are chasing, which eventually you come to the conclusion they're demons.
Mm-hmm. The two guys, not what's in the briefcase.
Yes. We don't know what's in the briefcase.
We don't know what's in the briefcase.
It could be another demon, but I don't think that's the case.
Right.
It sounds like it's a passageway?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. We had the story starts with a med student. His mentor, it was the doctor, obviously, and he discovered whatever it is that's in this briefcase, and he shows up at the hospital and is dying after being randomly burned and attacked by, we don't know who, but I mean we do, but they don't.
Yeah. And
somehow this medical student is now in charge of this briefcase, and he has to go on a quest to take it to wherever he's supposed to go. Yeah. And he's just trusting that his mentor wouldn't lead him wrong. And he's got these demons hot on his trail. No pun intended, I guess. But yeah.
You're on a hot streak.
Oh, look at that. We're laugh tracks on this horrible stuff.
The pity applause. Thank you.
Right. Thanks for our pity applause on a Triple Things. But there is going to be a trade. It is Scout, so that trade will probably be 2 months out from now, because their thing is to release an issue 1 and then wait 2 months to give you the next issue or whatever it's going to be.
This page is cool.
So now's a chance to grab this issue and see if you're going to want that trade, because it is only $3.99 for this issue, but obviously a trade's going to be probably closer to $16.99. So if you think, oh, I don't know, that sounds like kind of a cool premise, come flip through it and check it out.
These little demons down here, this panel at the bottom is super cool looking. I like it. I'll say this, I will pick up the trade.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll definitely pick up the trade.
Definitely interested in the trade. Jerry said there will be hell to pay for our puns.
Oh.
Good one.
I don't think that works, but okay. I'll take
I think it works beautifully. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. We gotta go to this book. This is a thing. This is a book.
Yeah, this is a book like the previous one where I'm not 100% sure what's going on.
No, I don't think anybody is. Josh actually said that. If you guys know Josh, our volunteer, he said, I read Bunny Mask number 2. I don't know that I know what's happening still. And I was like, I think that's the point.
Right. We know that it's fast forward from the first issue.
Yes.
It's way in the future. 2 characters from the first issue who were trapped in a cave together have now reunited 14 years later, and they're trying to figure out what the deal is with Bunny Mask. And you don't know if she's a demon, if she's undead. There's definitely some, like, paranormal elements to this book.
But also, like, if she's a demon or undead or whatever, is she the good guy or the bad guy? Because the stuff that she sounds like she's trying to say, like, could be good, but, like...
She seems like a good guy. Mm-hmm. Like a very evil, creepy good guy.
Yeah, like, I think these people are bad, so kill them.
Yes.
And it's like, she is the dark passenger in their minds, kind of thing. And so it's very, I'm not, like, in any way, shape, or form, like, could I stop reading this right now? I have to know what happens next. I have to get to the point.
I'll definitely keep going.
Yeah. And this is an Aftershock book, so it's probably only going to be 5 issues. I think, actually, that's a lie. I think Josh and I looked it up today, and I think it's only 4.
That's it?
It's 4 or 5, because I think when we looked it up, there was only 4 issues listed in a trade. And so I think it's only going to be 4 parts, because Aftershock usually stops at 4 or 5 issues. And then sometimes they decide to keep going, and they make that volume 2 in the same way that AWA Upshot will do a 4-part, 5-part series, and then the next thing's just called that volume 2.
Okay.
Or Aftershock with We Live, they did... We Live was solicited as a 6-part series. I believe it was 6. May have been 5. Was solicited as a mini. It was even nominated as a mini in the Eisners, but it's getting another volume. So, I don't know if they're going to change the name or what, but it is actually getting a second volume. I would be interested to see... And so is Maniac of New York. Also solicited as a mini. So... Really excited.
Oh, yeah. Same artist.
Yeah, same artist on this.
And that was probably what was the first kind of draw for me on this was the art. Because it's kind of weird. It's very interesting and different. The colors are kind of all over the place. But yeah, this story is oddly fantastic.
That is the best way to describe it, because it is fantastic and odd. But it is so good. Yeah. Yeah, every time I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I like it. And I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's only going to be 4 or 5 issues, because I feel like once they draw back the curtain and tell you everything after that,
it's going to be, you don't need to keep going.
Yeah.
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 I'm throwing this your way, because I know you've been so excited for this book coming out.
This is currently my favorite book. It's an Image title. The 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. Essentially, Trigger Keaton was like the big action star. Just imagine like every 80s action star rolled into one, and he looks kind of like Chuck Norris, but more Western. Mm-hmm. And he dies, and his 6 sidekicks get together to solve who killed him. And in this issue, you meet another sidekick who, very much in the same style as Knight Rider, he, as a kid, played the voice of a car. That was the sidekick of Trigger Keaton's character. And he bullied this kid a lot.
He did.
Like all of his sidekicks, he was very mean to this one. But this one was a kid. And they're now in the middle of a stuntman war.
It's so
which is ridiculous. Like, it's sidekicks versus stuntmen. There's high-speed car chases. There's a lot of humor. These characters are all really funny.
I described this to somebody because somebody asked me what I was reading yesterday, and I said, I'm reading a parody of a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yes,
and they were like, oh, he's like, the title sounds like that. I was like, it's literally just a parody of a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Or if someone took a Quentin Tarantino script and made it funny. Yeah. Like, overly humorous and kind of more ridiculous.
Yeah, not dry humor, but like ridiculous humor. Yeah.
But this is easily one of my favorite books. I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't know how long it's going to last for, because everything I love is a miniseries.
It's true.
But I want this to go on forever. because it's wonderful.
I honestly thought that it would only be 6 issues and each issue would follow a different sidekick.
That's what I thought too.
But that does not seem to be the case. No. And now I'm like, I don't know how long you're going to keep this going or how you're going to keep it going for a long time. But like, I'm here for it. Keep going.
Yes.
I like the Reddit threads.
Yeah, this was kind of cool at the end. They kind of have some Reddit threads of people asking questions about the sidekick that they're talking about here, who plays the voice of a car, which is just great. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
that
you
was
for
great.
That. But yes, I highly recommend this one. It is my favorite book that's out right now. It's so great. What else has Kyle Starks done? Do you know?
I thought he did I think Kyle Starks is the guy that did the Dog Dead book. Oh my God, what was it actually called?
Stray Dogs?
No.
Dead Dog's Bite.
No, it was a long time ago. Because I think if he's the person I'm thinking of, I think that Cy and I met him, and I think he did like the Rick and Morty comics for a while or no, something like regular show comics. One of those like ridiculous
that sounds familiar. Yeah.
I think he did one of those, and then because I thought it was before Rick and Morty, but I don't know. Maybe it was Rick and Morty at the very beginning. And then there was a book about a zombie apocalypse, and the only character, or the only thing that was like surviving, like the story that you followed, was a dog who was a Hollywood TV show dog, and he was having to survive the zombie apocalypse. I think that's Kyle Starks, and just based off of like this, it feels
it would
like
make sense.
Yeah, it would be Kyle Starks.
Yes.
But I don't know if that's accurate. Dead of Winter and BJ, so that is him. Because yeah, you would know.
My comments stopped working.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's fine. It's probably me.
Yeah, but I think that was Kyle Starks. But Dead of Winter is the name of the book that I'm describing either way, and it's literally like a action movie dog. Like
I'm gonna need the trade of that.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I have a signed copy of like number 1.
Oh, we're on to this one.
We're on to this one, and yes, BJ says that is Kyle Starks.
Okay.
Yeah, so Beyond the Breach, this is an Aftershock title, once again, going to be 4 or 5 issues, and
do you love Something is Killing the Children?
If you love the idea of Something is Killing the Children, but you wish it was more action-packed and was only going to be 5 issues long, then this is your book.
Yes. If you want them to jump straight into the action without really telling you anything beforehand, this is your book.
Yes, this is... we have a girl whose boyfriend cheated on her with her sister, and now she is taking all of his money and is on a cross-country road trip. And somehow, on that road trip, not sure how, she encounters some crazy monsters, and she finds a little boy who is in dire need of help from these monsters, and she kind of becomes like an Erica Slaughter for him. Big kinda. Because, where Erica is really good at fighting monsters, she is not, because that is not actually her job. This is like any one of us in a normal world try to become Erica Slaughter. This is what would happen, probably.
Yes.
But it is kind of a Cliff Notes version. Like, this is like if you fit all of like volume 1 of Something is Killing the Children and you shoved it all in one issue. Because we do get... It happens so quickly. It, like Phil said, it's kind of like if you just want to jump straight into the action and you don't want all the ominous slow play that goes around it, this is your book. You're going to get all the action and not a lot of ominous slow play at all.
If you want your books to be so fast-paced that the characters don't even react to some other things in this book, then pick this up.
Yeah. Still, it is... You said you are an Ed Brisson fan, so...
Yes, I do love Ed Brisson. He was one of the writers during the low points of X-Men before Jonathan Hickman, and I actually enjoyed a lot of his stuff. He's a super nice guy. I met him at Fan Expo that year, 2019, I believe.
That was a good year.
Yes, and he was extremely nice. He was sitting next to Matthew Rosenberg.
Oh, nice. Also great.
Yes, because they worked on a lot of the X-Men stuff together. And nice guy. I enjoy his writing. This maybe not so much.
And it is one of those things where, because the concept is so similar, something is killing the children, and you do only get 4 or 5 issues with these Aftershock titles. That is the thing that we see a lot with some of these Aftershock titles. It's like, oh man, I loved it so much, but I would have loved it even more if it had like 2 more issues to flesh out the whole thing.
Right.
Like if it was a 6-part series even, it'd be great. And I feel like this is either going to tell us everything in the later issues, and it's going to make that all make sense, or it's going to be one of those ones, once again, where it falls into that. I loved it, but I would have really loved it if it had more.
Right.
So the concept is great, though, and I'm curious to see where issue 2 takes it. For me, it kind of feels like Atlantis wasn't built for tourists.
I haven't read that one.
Also Aftershock, and it was kind of like a 30 Days of Night, but with like a different type of monster.
Okay.
But it did the same thing where, like, by the time issue 1 was done, we were already so embedded in the action that I was like, I don't really know what happened. But then issues 2 and 3 kind of gave me a little bit more about, like, it gave me a backstory in issue 2. And I was like, oh, okay, but then it still left a lot, like, that I wanted more.
And that's kind of my concern with this, is we don't get enough of the backstory to where I don't know if I even care for the backstory in issue 2 at this point.
And I think that that's a thing that we see a lot, is people are worried about, like, if we don't hook them with the action, we won't catch them with the story. And I think that's a misstep, because I do think that we've seen, I mean, James Tynion proves it over and over again, that you can actually just bury us in the story from page 1 and we're going to be in on it. So I think that, but I do think that part of Aftershock thing right now is they are trying to find their footing on where they want to fall into that. And I think they're trying, like, okay, let's try a book that's, like, more action heavy on this. And, okay, like, We Live was just story in issue 1. And
that's true.
And We Live was phenomenal, and there's a reason it's nominated for an Eisner. But I think that they're still trying to figure out, because they are such a very, very new publisher, and being this big. I mean, it's like not quite a decade yet.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember when their early titles, they had a few early titles, because Garth Ennis was writing a few books for them.
And Animosity was a big one.
Yes. So I liked a lot of those early titles, and if I remember, the books that I enjoyed, it at least had 2 trades.
And I think they're trying to figure out if they want to stay, like, I think they went back to doing these, like, smaller runs to see, like, okay, are we going to be small runs, gives creators a little bit more time to, like, develop what they want to do, or gives them more time to put out an idea and gives more people a chance to talk. I don't know. I'm kind of curious about where Aftershock is going to fall, because they definitely have, Aftershock and Vault are both poised to become, like, the next Boom, as Boom moves up into the category with Image.
Yes.
And so it's like, which one of them is going to step there first? And I think that's why Aftershock is doing a lot of these 5-part series, because they're trying to find their big, this is who we're going to be, to move to that next level. That's how it feels to me.
Okay. I think that's fair. I'm kind of 50-50 on Aftershock right now. Some good titles, some not so good ones, but I don't know. Obviously, I'm rooting for Vault. I want Vault to take that next step up. So.
And I think they have. I honestly think that if Vault puts out, like, it's only going to take, like, 1 or 2 more titles for Vault to become something that, like, I mean, we went to Posse East the other day, and one of our friends, who's also a subscriber, was wearing a Barbaric shirt literally 5 days after Barbaric had come out. Like, Barbaric came out on Wednesday. It was Tuesday, so I guess it was 6 days. He had already ordered the shirt and was wearing it less than a week after issue 1 had come out.
I need that shirt.
And I was like, this is fantastic. Like, Vault has figured it out that you make the merchandise to go with the stuff, and you build that fandom.
Yes.
And they have shirts for every single title. I know we talk about I Walk with Monsters a lot, being one of, like, the books that I really loved from Vault this year. And they have that really cool I Walk with Monsters logo as a shirt.
That's pretty neat.
They have a ton of autumnal shirts. A ton, and we have them all already. They have a bunch of the plot shirts, which was a big one for Vault. They, I believe, were like might have Witchblood or they're working on Witchblood shirts, but there's just so many like cool.
Is the Heavy Vault? That's a Vault title, right?
It is, yeah. Should double check and see if they have some, but
they do. Oh.
There you go.
All right, well, I'll get my Vault T-shirt.
Yeah, and then they just have like I just got one, and I'm saving it for next week's live stream. But I just got a Nightfall, like their imprint, the horror imprint. I got an entire like shirt just dedicated to Nightfall, which I'm super stoked about.
Okay.
Sebastian said Barbaric is so good. It was better than it had any right to be.
So awesome.
I did not expect that book to be good.
I mean, if you're gonna have a talking axe in a book, it's gonna be a hit. There's no doubt.
I did not think. I knew it would be like good, but I didn't think it was actually gonna have a story. I thought it was gonna be just like a talking axe. Like it was gonna rely on this talking axe, but it is a deep story, super fast. I don't know why I doubted Vault. I shouldn't have. That's on me.
Yeah, that's the rule that I've learned. Is even if the plot doesn't sound interesting to me, the thing that Vault has definitely shown me is that the artists that they pick are all fantastic.
Always.
I have yet to see a Vault book where I open it up and I didn't like the art.
Agreed.
They're all great. So, yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Vault also has Vagrant Queen. Yes, it does, BJ. Yes, it does.
That is a Vault title? Oh, okay.
I'm going to save this. I'm like super torn on the rest of these books and which order to go.
Because there's so many of your favorites.
These are all my like actual favorites of the week. This one, AWA Upshot. This is one of the companion books to J. Michael Straczynski's The Resistance. This is Moths, and in Moths we learn that those people who got the superpower after surviving the virus, once they activate their superpower, they only actually have 6 months to live. For so many of them. And so they talk about being moths because you fly out, you become this beautiful thing and you fly out into the world and then you burn up and die, essentially, like once you get that. So it's like once you actually got those beautiful wings and you learn to fly, you actually are on your downward side for how much longer you have to live. And J. Michael Straczynski says, like, if Resistance is kind of your, your Marvel, your DC, your superhero books. These are your indie books that are like, what is it like to actually live in that world? And this follows a girl who, she's got her power, and her power is that she's an empath. And everybody keeps saying, like, oh, I'm so sorry that your power sucks. Like, oh, you don't really have one of those flashy powers that people make money off of. Like, oh, nobody wants to cover you on TV. And she learns how to harness the power of feeling other people's emotions as a weapon in this issue. And it is freaking amazing. Oh my god. So this was I actually like this more than the second volume of The Resistance. This could have just been the second volume of Resistance for me and I would have been fine.
Okay.
But yeah, it's so good, and I like that it's got this like realistic art, but also feels like it's painted. Like it's a really interesting concept for art.
It makes me think of the video game The Last of Us.
Yes.
The zombie game.
Yeah. That's
kind of what I'm feeling here. Like a video game style. Like I assume this was digitally done. Yeah,
very much so. Chad, I do think I think there was a couple of different Money Shot shirts to answer your Vault question.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah. This book is good. If you read Resistance and you're like, I don't know if I want to keep going with like the Resistance Uprising, just switch over to this because it's really good. Resistance Uprising is really good too, but if you're like, I'm not sure and I want more of that like AWA like heartfelt story, like this is where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this cover. I'm intrigued by this art.
Right, which has been the problem for you. You said that the AWA art hasn't drawn you in so far.
It's too realistic. And that's coming from somebody who loves kids' books, though.
Right.
Like, I like art from a Boom title versus something like this.
Right. I love that Lumberjanes art. You can always sell me on a book that has that Lumberjane style art. If you put something like that in my hand, I'm like, cool, I'll take 6 of them.
Yeah.
Like,
if it looks like it could be a Nickelodeon cartoon,
right?
I'll read it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. Speaking of Boom, Eve, issue 3. If you're not reading Eve, come get it. just right now, like we can wait. We're here.
We'll unlock the shop.
Right. We'll let you in to sell you copies of Eve if you come right now. Matt shaking his head yes.
Curbside.
But Eve is fantastic. This is the story of a little girl whose parents were scientists, and the world has been destroyed because humans are terrible. And there are all these. Most of the people have gone to live in like a space station, and her dad has left the little girl there as like the only hope for the world, and she's been in like cryostasis, and now she's awoken and she has to go on this quest to save the world, and like part of the world's like underwater, and there's like these I Am Legend kind of monsters, and we start to learn how they got there. And the dad left her childhood teddy bear for her, and he programmed it to be like a mentor / guide for her. And in issue 3, that's not necessarily the case.
Well, I mean, I saw the page I just showed.
Yeah.
That's the selling point for this book.
Yeah.
Is this right here.
Yeah.
This teddy bear. It's so cool looking. Yeah, I'll read this one.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's gonna be it's already amazing. It's one of those that like the first, like when it comes out, it's one of the first books I read every time. It's so good. And I have no idea where it's gonna go, but whatever is going down with this teddy bear is...
If we can just follow the teddy bear...
You kinda do.
I'm in.
You get like half her, half teddy bear. And the shit that the teddy bear does in this issue, oh my god. Oh my god. I never thought that was a sentence I would say in my life, but... Yeah. Read Eve. Read it. Get it.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
I need Boom to put out a teddy bear t-shirt, though.
Yeah. I know, Boom, we need some more t-shirts. We need a lot more... We need more merch from Boom. Like, where's all your Something is Killing the Children merch? Come on.
Outside of the mask.
Right, because they did the one mask during...
Netgator.
But it was a Netgator, and they did that, and that was like the main thing that they did during COVID. But yeah, the creative team on Eve is Victor Laval, and the artist is Joe... I can't see that far.
Joe Mi Jiang
and Brittany Peer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so good. And I actually don't know any of those names.
I'm not familiar with any of them.
And I'm excited about it.
Yes.
We're both going to hold up this book because this has 2 phenomenal covers. One is an homage to the original Ice Cream Man cover, and one is like all of the Ice Cream Man covers recently, an homage to a Dr. Seuss book. And this is the last issue of Ha Ha, and altogether, the 6 issues of Ha Ha are one of my top 10 favorite Ice Cream Man stories of all time. Like, literally, this Ha Ha existed as a literal issue of Ice Cream Man.
Yes.
And we find out how in issue 6. The whole time, W. Maxwell Prince has been saying, Ha Ha is going to connect to Ice Cream Man. Ha Ha is going to connect to Ice Cream Man. And I've been sitting there waiting every issue for, like, I was like, well, it reads like it, and the art's the same. It's the same creative team, so obviously, like, it looks the same and it reads the same. But in issue 6, we actually see how exactly it connects. And what he also did was he connected every single issue.
Spoilers.
I'm not spoiling.
Phil.
Oh, Phil, you're spoiling. Apparently.
Okay,
You can't really open the... and we also see how it all connects together. So he connects issues 1 through 5 of Ha Ha to each other, and then connects all of Ha Ha to Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of Ice Cream Man and you didn't pick up Ha Ha, come back and get it, because you need to read it. And if you have been reading...
trades.
Yeah. Eventually, that'll be a trade someday, but we do have the issues for most part. I think we're missing issue 3 of Ha Ha, and I just put in an order for some more. But if you haven't read Ha Ha, get it. If you have and you haven't read your issue 6, read your issue 6.
Too many potential spoilers.
Yes, and those are it's just so good.
It's great. I mean, if you love Ice Cream Man, you're gonna love Ha Ha.
Yeah, it falls in the same vein. And BJ, I got you for all 3 issues of Eve. Apparently, Victor Laval is a horror-esque novel writer. And BJ, so that BJ loves. So, yes.
BJ, send me recommendations for your favorite of his novels. Because I've recently decided to start reading books without pictures again. And I definitely need recommendations.
Well, how exciting. Yes.
Yes. It's tough. It's tricky.
Gomez said, I love Bluebell. Does that count as reading Ice Cream Man?
Yes.
It is also likely
to
lead you to... Never mind. I'm not going on my Bluebell rant as much as I want to. Man-Eaters is back. I'm so excited. Oh, Chelsea Kane is one of my heroes. I love Chelsea Kane. I love Man-Eaters. We have all 3 volumes of Man-Eaters in the store. You'll hear about that in a little bit as well. But Man-Eaters is back. It's fantastic. Ooh, I like that you had a sound effect for that. This is Man-Eaters the Cursed. This does not pick up where Man-Eaters left off. In fact, as of right now, not so much a lot to do with the plot of Man-Eaters. It's kind of like, I think it's the same, we see some of the same people, and it has that same format. But this is all about going to summer camp, and it's on an island, and it is like the worst summer camp in the history of time. It's not a good place to go to summer camp. And something happens, and there might not be anybody left at this summer camp.
Ooh.
But we still get the same thing. If you read Spy Island, they make a sand fleas joke immediately in here, which is a big thing for Spy Island. They're constantly talking about sand fleas being a problem. And the mom is telling her daughter, make sure you pack all your supplies, and she's tells her to get sand flea repellent. Yep. And I was like...
They have a wonderful ad on the back.
Yep, I was like, look at you, Chelsea Kane, keeping it all going together. Yeah. It's so good.
I didn't know that this was out.
Yes.
But I am also a big fan of Man-Eaters, so this will be one I have to check out as well.
No, yes. Jerry wants to know if this justifies a Hall & Oates sample in our sound effects to have a title of a book called Man-Eaters. I don't think we can play it without Facebook dropping us, so...
Didn't he not want the dad jokes?
Right, he said we were there. He gave us a dad joke in his...
Do we really also want to hear that song right now?
Yes. Well, now it's in my head either way. So, and lastly, because it's me and we all knew this was coming, Canto Volume 3 has begun. Canto the Lionhearted. Yay, thank you.
Canto 3.
Yes, Volume 1 was, of course, If I Only Had a Heart. Then we had the Scarecrow and his brain, and now we have the Lionhearted analogy, because the inspiration for all of this has been the Wizard of Oz.
I did not know that.
Yes, actually, the creator said that for him, a big thing was L. Frank Baum talked about how you could have all these dark and scary elements in your fairy tale, but you needed to always carry that hope with you, and you needed to have this character who could not lose their hope no matter what, and that was their whole point. And so this is we do have a lot of dark elements in Canto, but this is all about Canto being this character who just keeps that hope, and he's constantly going to fight for his people. If you've never watched our live stream before, you've never heard what Canto is about, but Canto is the if you have watched our live stream, I'm sorry for the 1 millionth explanation of Canto, but Canto is all about these little knights who their hearts were stolen by an evil sorcerer and replaced with clocks, and once their clock runs out, they die, and they've been forced into slavery, and they're not allowed to have names or anything. And one of the little knights and Canto, who didn't have a name at the time, fall in love, and she gives him a name, and then her clock runs out.
Is this the same artist that's been on the previous two?
The same artist.
Ooh.
Yes.
This art is amazing.
It is phenomenal. This is a great creative team. There has been Volume 1, and then a one-shot, and then Volume 2, and then a 3-part mini, and then now Volume 3 is starting. The trades for number 1 are Volume 1 and that one-shot, and then the trades for
cool.
Volume 2 are,
that's awesome.
I assume, going to have that 3-part mini attached to the Volume 2 trades. I don't know that for sure. Or no, Volume 2 has the one shot. Sorry, Volume
Oh,
1,
okay.
and then Volume 2 has the one shot and
Because
the trade.
y'all have Volume 2 here.
We have Volume 2, and I just ordered more Volume 1s because we did run out.
That 2-page spread is super cool.
This book is so good.
Yeah.
This is my favorite book of all of the years.
I mean, the character design for Kanto is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. There are stickers. The creators just made stickers, and the artist just got them in, and they will be releasing them soon. He said more information to come on those stickers. And don't you worry, the second they are available, I will have some. So if you need some, let me know, because I watch every day. I'm friends on like Facebook and Instagram with the creative team of Kanto, and so every time they're like, oh yeah, and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith did buy the rights for their studio to turn this into a movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They did buy the rights for an animated movie, so that could be a thing in the works. We always know with rights situations, you never know if it's actually going to happen. But Will Smith hadn't done me wrong. So
Now, are you going to be okay if Kanto is voiced by Will Smith?
yeah, dude, I can think of a better. I actually think that like Will Smith should voice like one of the like other characters, and I could totally see some cool characters for him. I feel like if they were going to do anything, like they might have like Jaden voice Kanto.
Which I'm a big supporter of Jaden, so...
Hey, Jaden was working real hard to bring clean water to Flint, Michigan. So he was working with some scientists to figure out how to clean their water and was paying for all of it. So I am a big supporter of Jaden Smith.
I feel like that whole family was raised well.
I agree.
And they are definitely all about helping.
Yes. Will Smith once said, they asked him, as a celebrity, are you going to run for president of the United States? And he said, the thing about being president of the United States is that you are bound by all of these rules and by the people who pay your party to do what you think you need to do because they're paying for it. He said, I don't have the ability to make any change as president, but I do have a lot of ability to make change as Will Smith, and I'm going to go out there and do that. I don't know what all Will Smith has done, but Jaden's bringing clean water to Flint, Michigan, or at least working on that right now. So if nothing else, he raised a kid who's going to go out there and make some change. So I'm here for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Gomez says Will Smith is a goat. No doubt.
I mean, and just as a human?
Or as an actor, I don't know. Top 5 Will Smith projects. That's what Gomez wants to know. I don't know.
Top 5 Will Smith projects? He's done so much.
I know. You guys talk about that in the comments.
I mean, obviously Men in Black
Mm-hmm.
would be up there. Everyone hates this movie, but I loved Wild Wild West.
No, I actually didn't know that's where you were going with that.
A lot of people hated that movie.
I thought you were going to go with like Hitch or something, and I was like, I like that movie.
Hitch was pretty good. That was the one with the guy from King of Queens, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pursuit of Happiness is a beautiful movie. I really obviously like I Am Legend as I talk about it all the time. And
That's a good
iRobot.
one. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
iRobot was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to think about Will Smith movies. I mean, of course, Fresh Prince, if we're going to go all the way back.
Right.
His rap career was amazing with DJ Jazzy Jeff. I love his 80s records.
Mm-hmm. Right, you guys, this is a completely different stream. Now you guys have to listen to Wednesday Phil's podcast, where he will no doubt have an entire episode dedicated to Will Smith now.
I will break down his whole career.
Right, J2 will love that.
Yes.
This is actually going to legitimately be an episode of God's podcast.
I'll have him on, and we can talk about Will Smith.
I'm here for this.
Yeah.
They're here for prizes, so if you want to push that button, we'll give them some. Y'all keep talking about your Will Smith picks.
Yeah, I wish I could see my comments.
Charge! Is that what we're doing? Alright, we're gonna do a Snake Eyes poster and some Snake Eyes sunglasses. Dude, I am always down for promotional sunglasses.
Yeah.
They're the only
It's
sunglasses
free
I wear.
sunglasses.
They're also the only ones that look good on me is like these cheap like Wayfarers that everybody makes their promotional stuff. You can win these prizes if you can tell me Walter Simonson adapted what major motion picture into a 4-part comic series in 1993. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. You're getting me sunglasses.
I don't even know the answer to that question.
Right. I think Matt does. I will give you a hint. It was for Topps Comics. That is your major hint. I feel like Matt knows the answer now. Walter Simonson adapted what major motion picture into a 4-part comic series in 1993 for Top Comics?
Whoa.
Yes.
I didn't know his name was on that.
You didn't know Walter Simonson did that?
I did not at all.
Yes. I feel like... Ram said Bad Boys.
Yes.
The Bad Boys franchise.
Yes, Ram, that is the correct answer. Even the third one was good.
Right, so whatever the question is, Phil's saying that is... Phil's like, here's your poster. Yes, you can win this poster and these awesome sunglasses for Snake Eyes if you can tell me Walter Simonson adapted what major motion picture into a 4-part comic series in 1993 for Topps Comics. Your hint is these are summer blockbusters, so if you can also tell me what was a summer blockbuster in 1993.
What was the biggest movie in 1993?
What is one of the biggest movies, period?
Yes.
And you win these prizes. Right. One of the best movies. Also, still hands down.
I think George Perez worked on it too.
Ooh, did he?
I would love to see that.
It's not Mars Attacks, Richie, so it's really the only...
They did have a Topps
They did have a Topps Comics for Mars Attacks.
Guess.
We need to work on that.
Was it Mars Attacks?
Yes,
Renee.
Later? It was Jurassic Park. So, Renee, you are getting this poster and sunglasses.
Is this the Mighty Ducks song?
Oh, it's like the movie intro thing.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like there was a scene where they're like all
standing
on the ice.
Yes!
And that song is playing.
That is totally true. Yes, Renee, enjoy your sunglasses and your snake eyes, and I will not ever be giving out copies of that Jurassic Park comic because it's super awesome, and we do sell it though. Jerry said, "Is that the trumpet of Gabriel playing?" Yeah, BJ said that's so much louder than even we are. That's because the speaker is right next to the mic now. So
yes.
All right, we got some
the production value is going up
and up each week, or as the live stream goes on tonight, you'll see. Matt's got a lot of free time on that side of the camera. So.
Yeah, he's pretty excited.
Yes. All right, so we got a lot of in stocks this week. Mouse Guard is back. We're going to pile through these a lot faster than we did earlier. You don't have to show all the art on this, but this is beautiful if you want to. Mouse Guard's back. We've got Aliens Aftermath. This is Benjamin Percy writing an alien story.
Follow up to the
alien story. X-Corp. It's happening. You guys are reading it. Wave X issue 4 is out.
More X-Men.
Yes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 119.
Yes.
This is the Eastman cover.
Everyone read this book. It's fantastic.
Sick.
Action Comics annual. Just labeled Action Comics 2021 annual. Like, so there is not going to be any more annuals apparently for that. Thor issue 15, finally. So many people come in all the time and they're like, when's the next issue of Thor? And I'm like, I don't know, Donnie's busy. Give the man a break. It'll get there. Here it is. Also, stop trying to tell Donnie Cates the history of characters that he writes or created on Twitter, everybody. I love it. People are always telling him that. Star Wars Where the Bounty Hunters continues. Thank you, Phil.
More Star Wars.
More Star Wars with Dr. Aphra, also out this week. There is a Jabba the Hutt mini that goes into this War of the Bounty Hunters. If you guys don't know, the War of the Bounty Hunters series is what happened after Boba Fett took Han in the Carbonite. Where is that journey? During that whole thing with like all the bounty hunters and everything that was going on, how did they all get there? It's a massive story. We have people who are subscribing to it that said, I read issue 1 of this event, and it was so amazing that I got mad and I have to, like, wait until the whole thing's out because I couldn't go through the whole, like, waiting period again. But it's so good. Skybound X issue 2. We are celebrating 10 years of Skybound. Congratulations, Robert Kirkman. 10 years of Skybound. Each issue is going to have a highlight of different Skybound titles while also having a Rick Grimes 2000 story in it. So the first issue had Ultra Mega story and a couple other ones. This one has a Stillwater story in it, which I need to read because I didn't realize it. And they're getting the creative teams to actually write stories. And that is including Skybound stories that are no longer running. So we are getting some, like, go-back time periods to some other Skybound stories. It's 5 parts. 5-week celebration. Yeah.
Amen.
Spider-Woman's out this week. Finally back with Spider-Woman. And I haven't read it yet, so don't spoil it. Iron Man is out this week this is actually the Captain America variant. If you guys didn't know, this is the 80th anniversary of Captain America. 2 of my favorite characters are celebrating their 80th anniversary this year in Wonder Woman and Cap, and I'm super excited that we have so much awesomeness going on. Justice League Last Ride, Chip Zdarsky writing the Justice League.
What more do you need?
Right. I don't need much more. Yeah. Helm Greycastle issue 3 is out. This is another Image Top Cow book. I'm glad to see we're getting a lot more Top Cow books again. This is a really cool book that the coolest part about it is the creator is actually including how to play it as like a D&D type campaign in the back.
What?
So every issue has your next level of guide. Like he's dungeon mastering basically the game for you in the back of every book. So if you're into tabletop gaming, you need to read the book and then play the game with your friends. We actually have a subscriber group that is doing that, and I can't wait to hear how the game goes for them.
Nigel, if you're still watching, there's going to be lots of D&D in your future, so be ready.
That's fine. Stephanie is a D&D player, so...
The moment he told me that, I was like, okay, we're going to have D&D night, so...
Yes. Gomez, let me know if you need the first issue of the Chip Zdarsky Justice League or if you already have it. Detective Comics is back. That's a weird cover. And also Mariko Tamaki is writing Detective now.
I'm in.
I don't know what happened to Peter Tomasi, but I do love Mariko Tamaki. Carnage, Black, White, and Blood is out this week. So get in on that if you are loving that anthology.
There's a post-Venom story in that.
Done by Stegman.
Right.
Yes. So,
Stegman takes a turn at writing.
Yes, Stegman is writing a post-Venom story in this Carnage book. So if you are a fan of Donnie and Ryan's... I almost said Donnie and Ryan's Stegman. If you are a fan of Donnie and Ryan's Venom, grab this issue of Carnage because you need that.
I will say I am not really a Marvel fan or a Carnage fan, but I've been enjoying these minimalist color series that they're doing.
Yeah.
And I've actually grown to like Carnage through these mini stories.
I actually like the way that Josh sold you on Carnage was that he was a redneck psychopath.
Yeah.
And you were like, what? I love that.
I had no idea that was Carnage. I had no idea he was a redneck. But you tell me that, I'm in.
Nigel City's definitely down for D&D.
Okay, cool.
This also out this week is Extreme Carnage, which has no connection to Carnage, and this is our Scream issue. So much like Absolute Carnage, where we follow the different Carnage-style symbiotes, Extreme Carnage does the same thing. This is Scream. Next week is Phage.
There's a Lasher, I think is one.
Yeah, I believe so. The Flash also had its annual out this week, so if you are reading The Flash... great. If you're a Wally West fan and you've been mad about every other series of The Flash, this is now your Flash because this writer has decided he's going to fix everything that made everybody mad about...
About time.
Excalibur issue, 3,000, it's 22, is out this week. You're reading it. You love it. You don't need me to tell you that. Space Pirate Captain Harlock is out. This is issue 2. It's from Ablaze. I can't put this on the New This Week wall without selling it. Every time it's up in the front on the New This Week wall, somebody grabs it. I actually haven't gotten a chance to read 1 or 2, and I need to because everybody is coming in and picking it up and loving it, and we're selling out really fast.
This is based on an anime, I believe. It's an anime or a manga, but I've seen this before. I'll have to check that out. I didn't know they were doing it.
Yeah. Speaking of things coming back this week, Ninjak is back.
Yes, my favorite Valiant character.
Really?
The only one that I like is
didn't know
Ninjak.
that.
Yes, because he's a ninja and a spy.
Have you read Faith?
No.
You should.
Okay.
She is one of the first ever plus-size superheroes.
Yes.
And she's awesome.
I ordered the trade off of Amazon when it came out. And they never sent it to me.
Since you're doing novels, there is a YA novel of her done by one of my favorite YA novelists. You'll have to get that. Oh, yes, Ram, we can definitely get you Ninjak. I might have already actually pulled it for you, so let me I think I did, actually, but I'll double check and make sure you have it. The House of the Lost Horizons is out. This is issue 3 of 5. This is, I believe, more of the part of the Hellboy universe. Yeah,
Yes.
it's more of that Hellboy universe stuff. Moonshine, number 26 is out. This is my little, like, book club run. Yes.
Yeah.
Still going. And speaking of books that we've done book clubs on that are still going, Die, issue 18 is out. We just did Kieran Gillen's Die, speaking of D&D. We just did that for book club this last week. Fun book club, issue 18. Black Hammer Visions, issue 6 is out. Who's doing this one?
Cullen Bunn.
Cullen Bunn.
Yes.
This has been one that has switched writers each time. There was a Zdarsky one. There was, I think there was also a Kelly Thompson one.
I don't remember if it was this one, but Patton Oswalt did an issue.
Ooh.
I believe it's a Black Hammer mini that he did.
Nice.
If you are not at all in any way, shape, or form reading the Black Hammer universe stuff, you are missing out.
I'm not. I didn't.
Because this rivals all superhero books that I've ever read. And I think that this will be like a Watchmen style down the road kind of thing. People will look back and really appreciate the Black Hammer world.
Oh man, I gotta jump in on that. Baby Teeth, issue 19. Donny Cates brought it back just to end it. So we're finally getting some closure on what's going on in Baby Teeth. So that might be it. I thought he said he only had 2 issues left to put out. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it came out. Infinite Frontier, issue 2. Also, we have volumes of Baby Teeth. If you have never read it and you're wanting to jump in, we do have trades for it. Issue 2 of Infinite Frontier is out. We have it in stock. If you didn't get it, ask me for it, because I know there was a lot of people who were like, I think I might want Infinite Frontier. If you didn't get it now. This guy, James Tynion, is writing a book. I don't know. Never heard of him. James Tynion's Joker is out. My favorite part of it is the punchline backup story in the end.
Francavilla?
Right. I guess he did some work on this one. I didn't know that. There is...
Right? Yeah. That's how it's just lit
What
up.
was the book today
Love
that we
Francavilla.
were talking about?
Who doesn't?
Right?
Francavilla did a Nice House on the Lake store variant.
Yes, I saw that.
We don't have it. We need it.
Is it available?
It's available on eBay.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was one of those ones
They're
that sold
gone.
out really quickly.
They're only like $20 on eBay. So do that thing that you do.
Alright, we're gonna shut down. We're gonna shut down the live stream and go get these books on eBay.
Yeah. But Francavilla did it. I actually found it on eBay while looking for something else today. Rorschach is out. Tom King writing a story about Rorschach, kind of. As Tom King always does. Kind of the story of the Future State Gotham, also out. If you're fans of Red Hood, you need to be reading this story. Also, if you're fans of Red Hood, you need to be reading Batman Urban Legends, because Chip Zdarsky will make you love him.
Chip Zdarsky will make you fall in love with anyone.
Also, Steph Brown on this cover with Cass Kane is also just a great cover to have.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a super cool cover.
I love that cover. And lastly, the Challenge of the Super Sons, issue 4 of 7 is out, and it has these beautiful Simone DeMeo covers.
Tomasi.
And it's
And it's
Tomasi.
Peter Tomasi writing it.
And I don't want anyone else writing Super Sons but Tomasi.
Ever. Just always Tomasi.
Like,
Give
that's
me
it
more Tomasi.
exclusively. Yeah. Yes. Let him be. I mean, it's kind of tough because Tynion has proven that pretty much anything that he writes is gold now.
But I like the heart of, like, and the happiness that Tomasi brings, and so it's like, give me both. Like, I mean, really just give me more of, like, Tomasi and Tynion. Like, Tynion can tell me all his dark, creepy stories, and Tomasi can just give me some happiness. My everyday happiness.
Since they were so eager to let Bendis have his own line when he came to DC, why aren't we giving someone like Tomasi
Right?
his own line? Let him take over, do whatever he wants. I'd be on board for that.
He needs just like he actually should be running like a middle grade line. He would do a
Yes.
great job with a middle grade line for DC. Mm-hmm.
I'd be down for that.
Me too.
Yes.
Gomez, yes, I got you for Rorschach. What? Already? What? Let's do... Well, obviously you're all getting a poster. So you get a poster
Every
again.
prize comes with a poster.
And a freaking Snake Eyes mask.
Yes.
This is so sweet. I'm so excited. The plastic smells funny on this bag. But the mask does not, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not going to open it and smell your mask. That's weird. But, yes. Snake Eyes mask, poster. You get that.
It's a costume mask.
Yeah,
It's a
so if you want to
costume
cosplay as Snake Eyes,
but still be wearing your mask so you can go to the
Yes.
convention.
you can be safe and look cool.
Ooh. And your question is, this MCU movie that launched Phase 2 was the 16th movie ever to gross over $1 billion. So, MCU movie that launched Phase 2 was the 16th movie in the history of film to gross over $1 billion.
Really?
Really. Which is funny because most everybody does not like this movie.
I do not like this movie.
I know. Most people don't. Yes, Jerry, this is going your way, buddy. It is Iron Man 3. So you are getting that Snake Eyes mask.
Yes.
Don't worry, Si, there's one more golf towel to come. So, no, it was not Winter Soldier Gomez. Everybody loves that movie. It's wonderful.
It's the best MCU movie.
I love my Bucky. Yeah. All right, what do we got next? We got trades. I gotta pick
Ooh.
them up. All right, I do this in 2 waves because I can only pick so many trades up at the time.
That's fair.
We have 7 Secrets Volume 1, like we talked about
Yes.
earlier. Tom Taylor's awesome book. We need this.
And
in
you
your
can't
lives.
have this one. This one's going into my box.
All right, well, let me know, and if we need more, I'll order you more. Venom Epic Collection. What does this include, Phil? You'll have to read it off the bat.
Let's see. We have Amazing Spider-Man 258, 300, 315 to 317, 332 to 333, 346 and 347, Web of Spider-Man 1, Avengers Death Trap, The Vault. You've got some Darkhawk issues in here and material from Amazing Spider-Man annuals.
So $2.99 isn't in there?
No $2.99.
No, $2.99.
Is volume 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has 300, but it doesn't have $2.99.
It's Venom from 1984 to 1992.
Interesting.
So if you enjoyed the Donny Cates stuff and you need more Venom, or you're getting hyped for Venom 2, the movie.
Yeah,
This
you
could
might
be
need all
it.
those Carnage books if you're getting hyped.
Yes,
for Venom,
yeah. Pick
Venom
up
2.
this, get the Carnage books. Be a lot of greatness.
You said you were really, really excited we had this, so if you want to get excited.
So, this is fantastic. I don't know if there is other trades of this out, any versions.
There were.
But they're
I
out
don't
of
know.
print,
Yeah,
I
they're all out of
think.
print now.
I mean, it's number one, it's Alan Moore. And I know you can say that, like, Swamp Thing or Watchmen is his best work. This is actually my personal favorite. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's very wonderful. The art is magnificent. And if you liked even a little bit of the movie with, what was that, Sean Connery? Was Sean Connery in
Yes, Sean
the
Connery and Shane West.
This puts that movie to shame tenfold.
Yes. I'm always
Yes.
in favor of literary characters being superheroes.
Yes, most definitely. I just want to show a little bit of the art. And this is the omnibus edition. So I think it would probably include the entire series.
Yes. It should say, is that? No, that's a quote.
No.
We'll just say it does.
Yeah, because I remember this only ran, I think, for 20 issues?
I was going to say, it was like a weird number. It wasn't a number that comics
Yeah.
usually end on.
And there's a volume 2.
But this is of the omnibus?
Is there?
No.
I
I
thought
don't-
there was a volume 1 and volume 2 trade,
No.
but not...
League of Extraordinary
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, no, this is the whole thing. I'm going to say that this is the whole thing.
Now, if you want a more female-forward version of it that's a little bit modernized, this is this is Adler, which is League of Extraordinary Gentlemen if it was done by all female characters. So it's Irene Adler teaming up with Jane Eyre to go against, like, female literary characters. They have Lady Havisham on their team.
Jane Eyre?
Yeah. It's great. It's got Little Orphan Annie is on their team. It's got Marie Curie, like you get, who was actually a real person, but sure. So it's great if you need a female version of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes.
Sai wants to know how much the 30? Matt says it's $30
$30?
for the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Omnibus. Also, Si, I'm surprised you have not read that because you will love it.
Yes.
Anything that uses Dorian Gray, I will read.
Yes.
Which, if that's the case, you need to read.
The Picture of Everything.
Yes.
Another great book.
Another great book.
I do highly recommend it.
As we said, we have Man-Eaters volumes 1 through 3 in here. Issue 4 of Man-Eaters is one of my favorite comics to ever come out in the history of comic books because it is entirely just a magazine. They keep mentioning the whole time about this magazine that they make all of the young boys read, and issue 4 is actually that magazine. This is Chelsea Kane writing a story about girls when they get their period turn into giant feral cats that kill men, and they are trying to stop that by forcing girls to drink certain types of water. And boys can drink from one water fountain, girls drink from the other, and it's fantastic. And it's mixed media and awesome.
I feel like at this point, I will read anything with Chelsea Kane's name on it.
100%, yes.
I think she's won me over. Spy Island was such a great miniseries.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Speaking of people who I will buy anything with their name on it, Stephanie Phillips' Trades of A Man Among Ye.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. If you like pirates or don't, you'll still love this book, and it's a bunch of women kicking ass.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. I remember when Matt was saying that he was going to order these. So, I don't know. Okay. This is issues 0 through 47. And I believe the series ended around 140 something.
Yes.
So this is the first 48 issues. Only $65. You cannot go wrong with this. If you've enjoyed the show, the comic is even better. It is even better, and you can read all of it. That way when season 2 comes out, you already know what's going to happen. I highly recommend. I think I ordered one of these. Potentially. This
right
one?
there. Congratulations.
I like this paperback.
Yeah.
I do too. I've always been a big fan of compendiums because I will sit down and try and read about 40 issues in a sitting if I can.
Nice.
This is very heavy though.
It is very heavy. It's like the New Gods, like...
But that's hardcover.
That's hardcover, so it's hard to
Yes.
read. Yeah, Gomez says he got this. He did last week. And he said it's huge and beautiful. I'm glad it made it to you then, Gomez.
Yes. Yeah.
Speaking of gigantic...
I'll play with your 7 secrets.
speaking of
Yeah.
gigantic omnibus versions of books, we got this one.
This one I was excited for as well. I didn't know they were doing more of these because I think they printed these and then ran out.
Mm-hmm. Same with Invincible, actually.
Because, and this is actually, the first half. So this is everything that has come out to this point, and Brian K. Vaughan did say this is the halfway point
Okay.
for Saga, and when he picks it back up, it'll be another 54 issues, and then he's done.
God, that's a lot. And this one's 60, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
$59.99. I can honestly say, without hesitation, that this is one of the best comic books that has been written in the past 20 years. It's a beautiful story. The art is immaculate. It is Fiona Staples?
Yes.
Fiona Staples? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a great sci-fi book. I highly recommend it. If you don't read this, you're missing out.
I read the issue 1, when the Image First issue 1 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ooh, I don't know that I like this book. It's not for me. Then we did book club of Image First issue 1, which I've been asked if we could do that one again, which we totally will, if it's still available. And so we did it again, and the conversation around it was so freaking good. Just the conversation, the literary analysis was one of the best literary analysis of a comic book I've ever been a part of. And I was like, okay, I have to read more of this. And I think it was BJ that was like, this doesn't compute in my brain that you have not read this. And so I was like, okay, I'll make y'all a deal. I'll read the first trade. And I read the first trade, and I was like, I don't know why I haven't read this book. That's
Right.
still only as far as I've gone,
And
is that first trade. But I'm like,
It gets so much better.
this is existing now.
This is the one comic that if somebody who's not into comics is like, I'm thinking
Yes.
about trying it, this is the first book I recommend every time. I've convinced so many people to read comic books just because of this.
That is a common phrase that I've heard from people, that they're like, I don't really like comics, but I like Saga.
Yes.
That is definitely a common thing I've heard. So if you're like on the fence, like, I don't know, this is definitely what to grab. Yes. And then 2 more, because, these things happen this week. I'm going to show you a book, and I swear if you put Loki spoilers in the comments, I will just end the live stream. So do not put Loki spoilers in the comments, because I have not seen it. But we did get Loki, the God Who Fell to Earth trades in this week. So if you are on a Loki kick and you want some more Loki, here's a new trade for Loki. This was the Loki 2019 series.
Mm-hmm.
Which is issues 1 through 5. And if you guys haven't read it yet, it was a really good series. Come check it out. Grab this trade. Don't spoil the show. Haven't seen the finale. I'm only on episode 2. Everything is issue now to me. I'm on issue 2 of this show. And then Marvel Knights Black Widow, the complete collection. This does include the first appearance of Yelena in it. She came out in Marvel Knights.
No.
Mm-hmm.
This is not her first.
That's not the one? Is this the second volume of Marvel Knights? Because she came out in Marvel Knights.
She actually first appears in Inhumans number 5.
Mm.
Which was during the Marvel Knights era.
Did she? Okay, that's what it was. I was like, I knew it was in the Marvel Knights thing.
It was during the Marvel Knights, but it wasn't a Black Widow title. It was Inhumans 5.
And this is her origin. There you go. That's what it is. I was like, I know it's something to do with the Marvel Knights. Had her story in it. Okay.
Yes.
Her origin story.
Get it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need that first appearance. Then.
No, because if I remember correctly, it's not a big first appearance.
No, it's like what would now probably be considered a cameo.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yes. If you've seen the amazing movie Black Widow,
you need this collection.
Now is the time to go out and read all of it. But yeah, I was looking through this the other day. I do want to check it out. The Marvel Knights era of Marvel is great. We
actually did issue 1 of that for book club.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It was a very fun book club because it is a very ridiculous issue. So a lot of like what just happened? How did we get from that helicopter to the ground? We don't know, but it's fun. Felt like a very good action movie kind of thing. But great series. You should pick it up.
Yes.
Oh, what? Another prize! Yes, people who spoil things should be sent to the Phantom Zone. I agree, Gomez. Alright, we've got, once again, a Snake Eyes poster. And, Sai, here's your moment because we have a Snake Eyes golf towel. This one is white.
For when you play golf, Sai.
Yeah. I actually, when I was a kid, I had, we always had the golf towels for bowling because I was on a bowling league.
Okay.
And they would give us the white towels, and I always thought that was so dumb because you're pulling all that oil and grease. So my bowling towel was always just gray, and I was like, well, shouldn't we have had a different color? Anyway, that's a random fact that you guys didn't really need to know. Yes, Gomez, you got the black one. So the next question is, which one do I want to go to? Let's say, this comic-based blockbuster was the first movie to reach over $100 million in a single weekend. First comic book movie to reach over $100 million in a single weekend. I was going to say that for the last question because it sounds really hard. And I was like, it's here. It's where I'm at. My brain's seeing that page. That's what I'm talking about. So if you want to win this towel and this poster, you have to tell me which comic-based blockbuster was the first movie to reach over $100 million in a single weekend. Gomez, dang, with the answer. It was Spider-Man. Yes, that is the case.
Gomez is going to have all the
Gomez,
towels.
you have so many towels now.
And posters.
Right. Gomez, if you want both towels, keep them. If you don't, it looks like you're welcome to toss the whichever towel you don't want to Sai and BJ, who are next in line after you. It's up to you. That's your price. You keep it, but I don't know if you want both towels since you got towel prizes going on here. I don't know. You got towels. You got towels!
Everyone needs towels.
Right. Maybe these are his new bathroom hand towels. They're matching. It's a nice little set.
Ooh. If I walked into someone's bathroom and they had those for hand towels, my new best friend.
Sweet.
Gomez. let's get to know each other.
Right. Someone can claim the poster. Well, we'll throw the poster to Cy and BJ since they were next in line for that. And then Dollar Book Club is not this week. So there you go. It's not this week, and next week is something. I don't know what it is. I rely on Jaime to tell me which book it is. It is a Marvel book. Matt's gonna go check. But Jaime tells me every week what my next book is, and he had to log out before book club ended. So I was like, I don't know what book it is this week. Next time we meet, guys. I'm sorry.
So it's a mystery.
Oh, are we doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Matt says we're doing Winona Earp next week.
Really?
This is, IDW has number $1 issues now, too, and we are doing Winona Earp number 1. This is actually, it's written by Bo Smith. I don't know if it's this is the July 2018 Winona Earp number 1. Mm-hmm. So if you want to join us.
Today. July 18th?
2018.
Oh, I was like...
This came out today! No. If you, we're not doing it this Thursday, but next Thursday.
The 22nd?
Sure.
No, because this weekend coming up is the 23rd. So it's not this Thursday. The Thursday after that, the 29th.
29th.
Right, because your birthday's the 27th. So the 29th, we will be reading Winona Earp number 1. It's going to be a fun book club. It's on Zoom. It starts at 8:30. You can come join us. You did not probably get that Winona Earp, BJ, so I will stick it in your box. I didn't realize we were doing it already, so we will definitely grab you a copy. Also,
if you haven't seen the show Winona Earp, you should watch it. It's a blast. It's really bad, but in a good way.
Actually, we found out that existed because one of our subscribers just watched the show and was like, are there any trades of Winona? I know the issues don't come out anymore, but are there any trades of Winona Earp? And I was like, let me look and see if any of them are still in stock. And I was like, oh my god, they do dollar issues for IDW. We could be doing IDW books.
I feel like everyone should do dollar number 1s.
I agree.
It is a great way to convince people to check out more stuff.
And $10 trades. For at least volume 1.
When I got back into comics, the Image $10 trades were what threw me into it full force. I have a whole short box of just Image volume 1s.
That's awesome.
Not a lot of volume 2s.
Right, because then they're $16.99.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah.
I could have done the $10, but...
Right, give me those $10 trades. BJ said Gail Simone says the show is true. That it's a good show. So Winona Earp is a good.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. Because I like the concept. Wyatt Earp's great granddaughter.
Yeah.
I think it's got a little bit of, if I remember correctly, it's got a bit of a paranormal aspect to it.
Yes, it does.
I enjoyed it.
My Wyatt Earp knowledge is my grandfather lived in Hannah, Wyoming, and just outside of that is the bar where they would all go, because Wyoming was still a territory back then. Mm-hmm. So they would go to this bar and they could all still be friends there. And then they would have to, when they came back across into the actual U.S., they had to be cops versus robbers kind of thing. Oh. But they could all go up there because they were friends before they switched sides and stuff. And so you can go to this bar in Wyoming and see pictures of them together from back then. So
that would be neat.
Yeah, it's super cool. There's also bullet holes in the wall that are from that time, and I'm pretty sure that somebody just shot holes in the wall and said that they're from the time when they built the bar. But the bar's been there for that long, so I don't know. It could be. There are also no people in Wyoming, so I don't know why you would lie. There's 500,000 people in the entire state, and the state's massive, so it's not a very big state. That said, comic industry news is up. So there's a couple of really big announcements I wanted to start with, which is one, Something is Killing the Children is getting a spin-off title. So everybody's been asking, what is the House of Slaughter title that's coming out for Free Comic Book Day? It is actually the lead-in to a House of Slaughter series that's a spin-off. It is still going to have Tynion and everything, creative team is still going to be tied to it, but there's also additional writers an additional artist, which includes Chris Sheehan, who's the artist on Autumnal, doing some of the work on it. So excited for that. But it is going to follow the characters who are members of the House of Slaughter. And we know, because they released the covers for issue 1, that the first issue is going to focus on Aaron. So we do know that much. That's all we know.
I'm down.
All we know. I'm super down. 100% all the way in.
I feel like
wherever we go
with Something is Killing the Children, because I can't honestly say that it's, my favorite series like it is for a lot of people, but the House of Slaughter is more intriguing than the Something that is Killing Children.
Which we've moved on from that. If you're not caught up on volumes 2 and 3, you need to.
Volume 2, I think I'm.
Get to volume 3, and then where we are now, we're now in the what is this? What does this all mean? We're now to that. And James Tynion and his universe building.
Yes.
It's already massive. It's a great big thing, and it's so big that he needs a spin-off series to tell you the whole story. So that is coming this fall from Boom. It's going to start with the House of Slaughter free comic book day issue. So make sure you get to your LCS, whether that's us or someone else, on free comic book day so you can get that starter issue of that.
I feel like we're going to be moving towards more universe building in comics.
I think that James Tynion has made sure that is a thing that happens, because all of his books are so focused on building universes that are massive. I know Matt always talks about that with issue 1 of Wind. You already know the entire layout of Pipetown. It's so big, and you're like, I can see it in my mind. Like, I know what the street looks like and all of that. And Tynion's very, very big on that. And I think that he's presented that as a challenge to everybody else.
He sent out an email this week saying that this is the first book of the spin-off series.
I believe it. I
series.
wonder if every house will get one.
Their own series?
If every house will get a
Old Dragon will get one.
For sure. If it's going to be, there's so much, and like you said,
and that new character from issue 17.
There's so much in issue 17 that Matt was like, I want all of this, and I think that we're going to see miniseries come from all of that, and this universe just became the biggest thing that we're going to see in comics for a long time.
He opened the can of worms in 17.
Oh.
It just became one of the biggest, this is like the indie equivalent of how we have like these massive universes in the big 2. James Tynion just opened up the ability to make a universe that big, like, out of Something is Killing the Children. And yet, boom, where's my merchandise? Come on. Ross, if you're watching, I know you love what we have to say. If you want to give us something...
I love Ross.
If you want to give us something, Ross, we're looking for some major merchandise. So, if you guys don't know, Ross Ritchie is the founder and CEO and president and all of the things of Boom.
And he will talk to you.
On Instagram.
If you reach out to him, he will talk to you, especially if you have great things to say about Boom titles.
Yes, and he's always interested. He had a Q&A session on Instagram one day, and this is a huge shout out to how great Ross is. He asked, what is the one thing you want from Boom? And at the time, Something is Killing the Children Volume 1 had been out of print for almost a year. Like, it came out, it sold out immediately, and we were like 6 or 7 months into Boom, like, not having Something is Killing Children Volume 1 in print. And one of our subscribers tagged me in it and said, the only thing that we want is Volume 1 of Something is Killing the Children. And Ross tagged his, like, person in charge of production and said, is this a thing? Are we out of Volume 1 of Something is Killing the Children? Like, what is going on? And the person commented back, like, we are working on it. This is our time frame. And Ross tagged me and said, this is your date. And true to his word, on that date, it was available in Diamond. We could order it, and we have not had it go out of print, knock on wood, since then. So...
Oh, he won't let it.
He will not let it, especially now with the rights selling to TV shows and things like that. But that was such an extraordinary thing to have the founder and CEO of the publishing company say, wait a second, this fan says we can't get this. and their comic shop is trying to get it for them. Or do we have a date? Let's just give them a date.
Yeah.
And getting me a date and then it actually being available on that day, I was like, all right, Boom, you got me.
Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna do, I'm here for it because your owner and founder is that concerned with making sure I have what I need. So.
And I do appreciate that when the person at the very top is still willing, to listen to what the fans have to say, and he cares, If I can tell when he messages me back after I'm like a long diatribe of why I loved this book, and he's like very excited that I'm excited. I appreciate that.
And he's active on most social media, like even LinkedIn. I think I talked to Ross on LinkedIn more than anywhere else, and it's great that he's like, hey, here's a fan on a social media talking about it. And he responds every time. You post something, he likes it, he comments on it. Thank you so much for like you said, being excited about it. Right. Thank you so much for sharing. Like he's sitting there going through and finding all of this, and like I don't know why he comments on my LinkedIn. Like, why are we talking? Like, I don't know. It's a thing, but he's there and he does it, and I think that speaks volumes to how much Boom cares about what their fans think of their books.
Yes.
And so it's great. Other than that, speaking of movie news announcement, AWA Upshot got its first option.
Wow.
Chariot got option.
I saw this.
I was surprised that was the first one.
Weird choice.
Easy to see how it could make it into a movie, though. If you haven't read Chariot, it's very much if you took Drive and Knight Rider and Tron and pushed them all into one book, that's what you get. And all of those properties have obviously been super successful as movies.
Yes.
And so I'm not... or TV shows.
Except for Knight Rider. We never got that Knight Rider movie.
Right, but the TV show was very popular.
We got Christine from John Carpenter.
Was David Hasselhoff in it?
I think so.
I would love that, actually, if he was in Christine.
Oh, man. I thought it was an interesting choice for the first one, but I hope it's a floodgate opening to AWA getting more of their books. I honestly think that Fight Girls will probably be on that list of things that get optioned, just because, again, The Hunger Games was so popular. I think we'll see that. I'm still really looking forward to the day that Bad Mother gets optioned, and as Josh always says, if you're going to option Bad Mother, just put Christina Hendricks in it and call it a day. Yes. She would be perfect for that movie, TV show, whatever it is. I think that's the perfect choice for that casting. Just make it happen. But yeah, congratulations AWA. 1 year into being a publishing company, and you've already had an option title. So, cheers to you guys.
Maybe signs of what's to come.
Maybe.
In the world of comics, I feel like so many things are getting optioned so quickly.
Yeah, and having... Well, I know Netflix specifically asks what Boom has on their list. That is actually a thing. Netflix is constantly, like, in conjunction with it, asking what Boom has on their list of, like, coming up because they want to have, like, that ability to grab it.
Are they abandoning Miller World already?
I don't think so.
After the cancellation of that other show?
I doubt it. I'm sure they'll find something else. BJ said he'd like a Year Zero series to blow up. That would be fantastic.
That would be cool.
I would love that. And I think that it's different enough that it wouldn't fall into like the zombie fatigue. But
I feel like it's been a minute since we've had that kind of oversaturation of zombie films.
Right, we've had a little bit, like, now it's just kind of back to just being Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, so now's a time where, like, they can go back into it.
Because there was a Zack Snyder one that came out recently on Netflix,
which I heard was really good.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, I feel like...
It's time.
I'd take a few more zombie movies.
I'm never burnt out personally on zombies. I didn't actually get fatigued when everybody else did, but I fall into... the weird category. Ram, I will look. We don't have much in the way of Snake Eyes comics right now, but there is an ongoing Snake Eyes series, so we can see.
Is there?
There is, actually. Issue 6 just came out. I took a picture of the Snake Eyes table with the comic today.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
But we don't have a lot of G.I. Joe period in stock, unfortunately, for that situation. But if there's something you're looking for, we can always try to find it.
I would be curious if there was a Snake Eyes, like if there's any trades.
Yeah.
Because now with the new movie, I am...
You're back.
I do kind of want to know more about Snake Eyes.
Good. And then I have a question for you.
Okay.
Without spoiling it, did you enjoy Black Widow?
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Should they go see it?
Yes, without a doubt. It is one of my favorite MCU movies. And I went into it with kind of low expectations because this is the final piece of all of the Thanos stuff. Yeah. And the reason I haven't been watching any of the shows is because I've been waiting for the Thanos saga to come to an end. And I feel like this was the best way to kind of send that off. With Black Widow, who is a character who is so ingrained in the Avengers. You know, Scarlett Johansson's character went out and pretty much put this team together, you know, and to wait so long to give her this movie, it was very upsetting. But this movie is amazing. It's funny. The action sequences are great. I love Taskmaster. I mean, just everything about this movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed it, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to jump in with I enjoyed it, and I can't wait. If you want to come into the store and talk to me about it, I will gladly talk to you about how much I love Black Widow and what all my favorite things were. So once you've seen it, please come talk to me. I do agree with Phil. It was a way too long time coming. This movie definitely should have been something way closer to those earlier days of it, just because this character has done so much for the Avengers team. Right. I'm hoping that now having an insanely successful Captain Marvel and a shockingly successful Black Widow. Black Widow is the highest grossing movie since COVID in one weekend, I believe.
Fantastic.
I think that's what they said is no movies like in the COVID time period has actually had a huge like opening weekend until Black Widow. And so I'm hoping that Marvel looks at that and says, oh, female-led movies do work. They do work for us. Let's make more. And with 23 nominations for WandaVision for the Emmy Awards,
yes,
let your female characters have the spotlight.
You have Miss Marvel coming.
Yeah, Miss Marvel. You have Hawkeye with Kate.
Yes.
We're going to have The Marvels, which is going to feature Kamala and Carol and Monica.
Awesome.
I'm 100%.
Yes.
You've got me on that movie.
You know, Captain Marvel was another one of those MCU movies that, not knowing the character going into it, my expectations were really low. And I remember walking out of that movie being like, this is one of the most fun MCU movies I think I've seen. Yeah,
and it passed that $1 billion mark real fast. So yeah, I think that it's time. With the first couple of phases, they kind of didn't really acknowledge a lot of their female characters. Right. You know, we only really had Black Widow and sometimes kind of Maria Hill, and sometimes even less than that, Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
And so it's time. There's a lot of incredible female characters in the Marvel comic universe.
Yes.
Let's
Squirrel
give them
Girl.
some time. Right.
Squirrel Girl.
We'll just put some Squirrel Girl out there and make Phil happy. You will have all of Phil's money if you make some Squirrel Girl stuff.
I will give you a year's worth of my paychecks just to have a Squirrel Girl live action.
Oh my gosh, I believe it, and I would be there with you for all of it. So give us some Squirrel Girl, Marvel. We're happy we're here. But don't cast Anna Kendrick or I won't be there.
They actually casted somebody else.
They had cast the girl from the AT&T commercials, and I was okay with that. She was a great choice.
Because she actually voices her in the Marvel Rising cartoons.
Which is a great cartoon.
Yes.
Everybody watch it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Also, there's a character in Black Widow that I want to be, like, have her own show.
Ooh.
Like,
we're going to talk about this after we cancel, finish this stream, because I need to know what that character is immediately.
It's very obvious. It's everyone's favorite. It was everyone's favorite part of the movie.
Well, then that's already a thing that we'll probably see. Okay. We'll talk more.
Sweet.
We'll talk more.
I'm down.
Yes. Yeah, she did do a great job with her role. He said Scarlett Johansson did a great job as Black Widow. I agree.
She was fantastic. Yeah.
The movie was her best performance as Black Widow to me. out of the whole MCU, except for Iron Man 2 maybe. But that's just because I really liked her hair.
I liked her in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, she was good in that too.
I enjoyed her in that.
I also, though, am biased because I am upset that it was Black Widow in that movie and not Agent 13 as it is in the comics. So that was my thing. I was like, I'm really glad that they gave Black Widow more time. And Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson have been best friends for a really long time, so that was a great, like, easy dynamic to build. Yes. They didn't have to try to build it; they already had it. But that is a story that features Agent 13 so much, and they kind of pushed her aside. And I'm not going to talk about my feelings towards what they've done with Agent 13 since then, because not everybody has caught up on all of those things. But that was an Agent 13 Captain America story, and because they did not build those female characters in that first half of the phases of the Infinity Saga, they couldn't do it because it wouldn't have made any sense. Nobody would have cared, and that's unfortunate. It was easy, so it was easy to plug Black Widow in because we already knew her and Chris did have that chemistry. So she did great. I'm just biased towards the fact that they cut out a dynamic of. I am a huge fan of the Brubaker Captain America Winter Soldier run. Yes. And so it was there. That was the one thing with the Winter Soldier movie that I was like, but no. And other than that, I have no problems with the Winter Soldier movie. Yeah. I was actually in a draft thing at work where we pick like the most rewatchable movies, and this one was superhero themed. And that was actually my first pick. Was
all superhero movies ever?
I actually picked Captain America Winter Soldier. I was going to pick Captain America First Avenger, but I was like, I think I've actually seen Winter Soldier more. I did, and actually it's supposed to be comic book movies, so you will appreciate the fact that I did pick Ninja Turtles. Because I was like, wait, no, and I picked Scott Pilgrim. Because I was like, Scott Pilgrim is honestly probably the comic book movie adaptation that I've watched the most of all of them. Yes. And then I realized that as I kept going, I was just picking Chris Evans movies, and I was like, okay, I gotta move on. That's why I think I probably picked Ninja Turtles. But that's okay.
But you didn't say Fantastic Four.
I didn't. Somebody else did. Somebody else actually picked Fantastic Four, and they were like, I really just enjoyed it like as a kid, and I still watch it when it's on TV. That was the thing. It was like, there's a lot of times when these movies are on TV, and you just were like, wait, I liked this movie. I actually almost picked Batman and Robin, and everybody laughed at me, and I was like, hey, the rewatchability of Batman and Robin is strong, though. I mean, that's the most accurate representation of a lot of those characters we've seen, so, deal with it.
I think over time, Into the Spider-Verse will probably
that was somebody else's first picked. Gomez said the losers. Oh, Gomez, as soon as we were done with that event, I was like, I messed up. I should have picked the losers. I was the only person in the theater on opening day to see the losers. I watched it in a theater by myself. And right. I was like, this movie is so good. Why isn't nobody here? I used to buy copies because the second it went on DVD, it was $5. I would buy copies and give them to my friends. I was like, you need to watch this movie. It's great.
For coasters on the tables.
Right, and I don't know that, like, anybody ever asked it. Chad, the Mask was definitely on my list, actually written down of, like, movies I might pick.
Wait, is it comic book based
movies? It was comic book based movies.
Oh, okay. I would also 2 shout-outs to Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Oh, great adaptation.
And Road to Perdition.
Yes.
Which I, as a kid, when I saw that movie, had no idea it was based on a graphic novel. And then after I read the graphic novel, I was like, oh, this is such an amazing movie.
One of my film classes, my thesis was on Road to Perdition.
Really?
Hmm? Didn't you do a paper on Road to Perdition, too? No. Okay. Just kidding.
I own it.
You own it. I did. That's
cool.
Not the same thing.
Yeah, no.
I own it on DVD.
Cool.
With the slipcase.
Oh,
well,
nice.
With the slipcase, now we're talking.
Yeah, that's the same thing as writing a thesis.
Oh, man. All right. Let's give these people something for listening to us. You're getting a poster from Snake Eyes! You never would have guessed. But you're also going to get 2 tickets to see the movie.
Oh, whoa, this is the big
This is the big prize. Yes.
So you don't even care about the poster.
Right.
You just want the tickets.
2 tickets. Gomez, I don't know if these work anywhere, so before you vote...
It does say it's through Fandango, so I would assume
okay.
that most theaters
Okay. Should
There's
honor
a
it.
code online.
Yeah, there's a code you enter online. Maybe I should stop showing the code so nobody takes your tickets. There you go. That might help. Snake Eyes, this is, you can, 2 tickets. I think we have decided it does work anywhere, so this is open for anybody, anywhere you are. 2 tickets to see Snake Eyes. The movie opens July 23rd, which is this upcoming Friday. The tickets, however, are good until September 30th, so if you can't go this weekend, you can use these tickets later on.
What are the odds that Snake Eyes is going to be in theaters until September?
Very slim. Yes. So if you would like to win these tickets,
theatrical run. That's nice.
Yeah, the entire theatrical run. It's good for that.
So you can wait till the end.
You could wait.
Also, Gomez, I'm off on Fridays, so if you need someone
Gomez
for that
was in Houston.
ticket.
That's why I was checking.
Hey, I'll drive to Houston.
There you go. I was checking.
I'll drive the tickets to you, and we can go.
You better watch it because Gomez might win this. So you will be taking Gomez to the movies apparently. The question you have to answer is: this summer blockbuster originally premiered May 25th, 1979 at the Seattle International Film Festival before having its full theatrical release on June 22nd. I made this hard on purpose because you're getting 2 free tickets to see Snake Eyes. So this summer blockbuster premiered May 25th, 1979 at the Seattle International Film Festival before having its full release on June 22nd the same year. And while y'all are guessing on that, Chad posted our comics out this week, which includes Nightwing 82, Justice League 65, Thor Annual #1, 2 Thors back to back, Undiscovered Country #14, Time Before Time #3, The Many Deaths of Layla Starr #4. I'm not talking about it. I refuse to talk about it. Static. Where did it go? Static Season 1 #2, Dark Blood from Boom Studios #1. Siphon #1, Extreme Carnage Phase #1, Radiant Black #6. You guys are loving the Radiant Black. And for our Bat fam, Moon Knight #1 is out. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow #2. There you go. We were just talking about that.
I thought
I looked it up and you
had come and gone.
No. Blue and Gold #1, which is the story of Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Really?
Shazam #1. Homesick Pilots #7. Mom, Amelia Clark's new book, Mother of Madness #1. It is a 3-part series. Home #4, Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal #3, Godzilla Monsters and Protectors. Yes, that is the Amelia Clark book, BJ, and we will definitely get you. It is not Superman. This summer blockbuster.
Jaws, Gomez.
No, it is not Jaws. That is
75.
the first summer blockbuster. When I was hosting Jaws in, what was it, 2019, I think it was? Yeah. When I was hosting Jaws in 2019 at the Ritz, so there's only the 2 theaters at the Ritz, and these kids came in, and I was like, oh, you guys here for Jaws? What's up? Like, party? And they were like, no, we're here for this other movie. And I was like, okay, well, you wouldn't have your summer blockbuster without mine, so maybe control your attitude, children.
I want to know what movie they were seeing.
I'll tell you later. Because it was actually a really great movie, and they weren't making a terrible choice with their life. But I was like, don't be rude. Like, they were like, Jaws, no. And I was like, okay, obviously you've never seen Jaws. Yes, Chad, it was Alien. Alien had its movie premiere at the Seattle International Film Festival on May 25th, and then its theatrical release was June 22nd. Chad, you got 2 tickets to see Snake Eyes and a poster.
Yeah, don't forget this amazing poster.
Ooh, I love the sound effects. So, Chad, enjoy seeing Snake Eyes. We also have tickets. I don't know when we're going, but I'll shoot you a message when we figure it out if you need some buddies to hang out with at the movies.
Yes, I will also be going this weekend.
Yes, I think we are going on Friday, possibly. So,
all right.
But it'll obviously be at night. So we have to redeem our tickets. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Snake Eyes, everybody. Also, shout out once again to Paramount Pictures for bringing these. We do have some additional Snake Eyes posters available in the shop. So if you are in this week, come get it. We have those will be on our freebie table for the week until they are gone. So if you didn't get a poster, come by and grab one. First come, first serve. Other than that, there's a lot of really cool books coming out this week, as Chad just posted. I'm excited.
Yes, Blue and Gold. I did not know that was coming.
Oh, man,
About time.
Blue and gold.
About time.
I'm not excited that Layla Starr is coming to an end, but I am excited to read more Layla Starr.
Yeah, I've reached this point where I just accept that everything I love ends quicker than I want it to.
Issue 3 of Layla Starr was told from the point of view of a cigarette, and that was beautifully done.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
I will say the first issue, it took me a few times to get through it because it was a lot, but it is worth it.
Issue 2 was so beautiful, and then issue 3 being from the point of view of the cigarette, I was like, oh my god, this is...
How can this get better?
It will be nominated, I think, next year for Best Miniseries at the
too.
Eisners.
It's Ram V, right?
It's Ram V, as Chad said, Writer of the Year. It's going to come down to... It's 2021, it's going to come down to Ram V versus James Tynion versus Chip Zdarsky.
Which is fine.
Which is fine by me. Hopefully Kelly Thompson will get in there for all the great stuff she's doing that keeps getting ignored. Also, if you did see Black Widow, if you saw it at the Draft House, they talked about a lot of the major first appearances and things like, and big appearances for that. One of the things they didn't talk about is that you could go to your local comic shop right now and sign up to get the Kelly Thompson run on Black Widow, which is still ongoing and does feature both Natasha and Yelena. So
Josh was telling me that. I'm now going to read Black Widow.
See? If you're not reading Black Widow and you enjoyed the movie, jump in on the Kelly Thompson run. Hopefully trades of the first volume should be out soon because we've just crossed over that trademark. Not to be confused with a trademark.
Yes.
But we will hopefully have those soon. If you're somebody who is trade waiting for that first arc, please let us know so we can make sure to order you a trade when they come available, like Phil. And definitely check it out. We don't have issue 1 of that. So you are going to probably either need to ask us to see if it's available for order or wait for a trade.
Were there second and third prints?
No. No, they were not.
I wonder why.
Yes. BJ says, highly recommend the current Kelly Thompson Black Widow to everyone. I'm going to highly recommend everything Kelly Thompson has ever done to everyone.
Josh was also saying that the Black Widow series before is also good.
Yes. And
Edmondson?
we have those trades in the shop.
Okay.
Or maybe we don't because Phil might take them right now.
If they may be in the half off? Maybe?
No, they are actually featured on the front wall when you come into the shop. So we do have those in stock. I think they might still be available for... Oh, no, they're not because I don't think they are available for order. I think that was the last little push that they did for them. I'm not sure. Good run.
Uh-oh.
There was also the one right before that was written by Russian twin girls, and it was also really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was it was after, because Mark Waid did a run not too long ago. So it would have been after Mark Waid's.
And then it was that, and then it was the Edmondson run. Ooh. And oh my gosh, there's been so many good Black Widow series that have just flown under the radar. I think that's the problem with being a spy that's so good at your job. People don't notice you when you come out.
Yes.
But you guys need to be picking up these Black Widow series that are coming. There has not been a bad Black Widow series in the last decade.
That's good to hear. I just feel like they don't ever really push Black Widow.
They do not, and they should because the stories are always good.
I mean, you can't go wrong with a spy thriller.
There you go. Well, come check them out. We also have some great Loki trades all around the store. We've got some bigger volumes. We've got the smaller ones. We've got the Marvelverse 4-issue random collections that are $9.99. Come check it out. Gomez said you killed it filling for Matt. Love your shirt and hope to chill with you one day.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm in Houston quite often, so we'll have to find some time to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. You can also hang out with David Acevedo because
there
that's
you go.
Same
we'll have a Bat City Houston party. We'll all go to dinner, hang out.
I think that just happened at Comic Palooza actually this
yes,
weekend.
It did.
So,
yes, it did. So
yeah.
Well, again, another time when y'all aren't.
Says we'll go to Bedrock.
Yes. Oh, Bedrock City Comics. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Phil.
I'm very honored to have finally made it. So.
Absolutely, you're welcome anytime. And follow Phil at Wednesday Phil on most social media for more stuff. So, yes. Thank you guys. We'll see you this week in the shop. Until then, have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.
The sound of